All right, Wednesday night. I'm back. I don't think I'll leave early this time. I bowed out early last time, and I was sick all last week. You guys are lucky I left, is all I'm going to say. Tonight, we'll have Rowdy on. Jared will get here whenever he feels like it. We got Lauren. I don't even want to try the last name, but she's kind of to me, she's the queen of drama on TikTok when it comes to hounds, because everybody's always giving her, razzing her. So let's get them on. Who's on? Tim Brink's here. Missy's here. Robert's here. Oh, my wife's here, so now I got to behave. Great. All righty. And this is
Howdy.
it's Lauren, right? Lauren.
It's Lauren, yeah, and it's Vranny, like granny.
Oh, Vranny.
And I have a granny Vranny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yes, I
do. Yeah. So, and this is your first time on a live, so you've done podcasts before, though.
Yeah, I've dabbled in that, and I do a lot of like live outreach, like education in person, but first time live on the internet, outside of live streaming like a coon hunt.
Yep. That's I didn't know if you was coming on, or I'd have probably named it different, but I figured we'd just throw some controversy out about what's better, bear hunting or lion hunting, but you haven't done both either. But I guess we'll throw in coons on this.
We can. I mean, I've gone to New Mexico and like attempted to lion hunt, and we didn't have snow or anything, and I know that's kind of cheating in your neck of the world. But yeah, you know, and thought maybe we were on a Bobcat one day, and yeah, I can't say that I've ever really been on a lion hunt.
Well, and you hunted with Brett Vaughn a little bit.
Yeah, down in the river bottoms.
Yep. Oh, that's nice and dry. Nice and dry.
Yeah, I mean, we got wet in the river. We had to cross the river. But the rest of it was pretty dry, and we got into it with some javelina, so
oh man.
Yeah, javelina are no fun. I got a lot of those down here. Well, I have a lot of those down here until I have a all-year tag, and I can't find one.
And then you don't see a one.
I don't see one. I have a nursery over here.
They got the memo. Like they just got the memo. Yep.
I go to the nursery, nothing. Drives me crazy. Oh, you already got a fan on here, Lauren.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that is Bruce.
She's
City
that
Blue
one.
Hounds.
She's the girl. Yeah. She's the one that's always
I don't want to talk a whole lot about TikTok.
It's kind of great, and it shows how the mentality of other people, though, because I see some of the comments that you answer them all, and that's what's great about it, is you answer them all, because they're just some stupid comments that people, they think. I did a video one time, just a short 8-minute video about cleaning my dog's water, and I said, yeah, once a week I clean my dog's water, and people get on there once a week. They should have fresh water.
Have they ever tried to care for like 1,000 dogs?
Yeah. No,
right.
And my dog, I said, I'll drink that water out of that tub next week if you want me to. It don't matter to me.
Right.
So,
it all my hose, the same water that comes out of my well that I drink out of my tap. You know, and that's what goes in their water dish. There might be a little slobber in there, but you know what? I get that when they kiss me anyway. So.
Well, I seen that video where you cleaned out your pins and you had crap all over you. With a power washer?
Yeah. Yeah, I just bought a new power washer and I am stoked. Like,
I
think I understand.
Do you use one of those electric ones?
No, I used to have an electric one, and that thing needs to get burned. Like, I need to have like a revenge burn and just throw that thing in a campfire.
Shredder.
Yeah, if there was a commercial shredder, like the ones that you like throw like tires and mud, like the big crunchy ones, throw that.
The ones that eat cars.
Yes,
it'd be satisfying.
No, I got a Simpson 3100 PSI gas pressure washer at Tractor Supply, and
nice.
I get it when guys get like new cool power tools. Like you can geek out on that stuff.
Heck
and like yeah.
Oh, here's the hero himself right here.
Oh, now I'm a hero, huh?
The lion hunters of all lion hunters. Hey, Did you trim up your hairs?
I did. It's
Oh,
107.
Summertime crew right there.
Yeah.
How do you see who's in here? Like besides us on the screen, does it show like a list of people or just who's chatting?
I have 22 in right now, but we're competing with the president of the United States, I believe.
Oh, really? Oh,
Isn't he doing his dummy speech or his puppet speech or whatever, however they're controlling?
I don't
this
know. It
time?
might be his
Yeah, I don't know.
bedtime. It might be past his bedtime. Maybe that already happened.
It's supposed to be 8 o'clock, man. I got a fly in here.
Well, they
Bug
probably
it.
got the stand-in, his body double.
No, it's the holographic, like Michael
Holographic.
Jackson.
AI. Man.
Yeah,
That's a fly.
a hologram, not holographic. I can't even speak English.
It's hard.
Yo hablo español totalmente al día.
Either he can't speak English hardly either.
Yeah.
We don't have a president. I thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead for a hot minute too.
I don't mean he's not. AI is a great thing. Beautiful thing.
Well,
So,
we'll see.
There's a lot of
What's the
sun people
temperature
up
over there where you are, Lauren?
Oh, let's take a gander. It feels better than yesterday. Yesterday, I took my pup on a hunt and my good dog, and I just sweated my butt off. It's 71 degrees right now and 60% humidity. The dew point is 57.
Let me see.
I think I'm
5-mile
30
winds from the
35
north.
degrees hotter than that right now here.
No,
I'm out in
thanks.
the devil's butthole in California.
Sounds horrible.
Let me see. I'm 108 degrees. And my humidity is a whopping. Where's it at? Where's my humidity?
What is it here,
registering?
babe? Brienne, what's the
Where's my
temperature
humidity
here?
go?
Oh, don't worry about it then.
He's still trying to find his humidity.
Oh,
when I was
24%. I'm at 24%, and that's really high right now. But I got monsoons peeking over.
Oh, it says
15%
106, 107
feels
on there.
good.
I wonder what the humidity is.
Are you clouded
One
up down
says
there in
110,
Tucson?
The other one says.
Yeah, we're fixing to get a rain here. The
107.
mountain's getting rain right now. But
Yep.
no, it was 109 today with I don't know what the humidity was. It was muggy. But
It was muggy today.
when you're
My
paving
friend-
asphalt, when it's 109 and they're laying asphalt, that's 300 and some degrees. It's kind of
Oh gosh.
Hey, he says asphalt, and it just makes me want to throw up.
your life just sucks.
Do you
at
get
that point
do you
anyway.
get used to the smell?
Of asphalt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you come home? Do you come home and your wife smells the asphalt on you? Because when I worked at
She doesn't complain though. I guess I don't know.
I worked at a sawmill,
Puts up with it.
Yeah.
and my old lady
I
would
sweat
smell the
through my
pine.
shirt, so
But
I'm
she could
sweating
smell the
through my
wood
shirt
on me.
already, and I'm sitting on the back
But
porch.
wood is a way better smell than like asphalt or
oil.
like BO. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
all day.
I was in Idaho for 2.5, 3 weeks last month, and they were like, you should move out here because like kind of stuff's in the air with my job right now, and I'm just not entirely happy. And they're like, you should just move out here. And like Boise is growing. I couldn't even, like, that city just blew me out of the water. Like, I didn't really like it just because it was big and I like small stuff, but the diversity in like restaurants and stores and just how much it was growing and there's construction and everything. But it's like high desert and it was hot. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it, guys. Like, I kind of like Wisconsin.
I got
Like,
some
if I
friends that
could
just
be
moved
like-
out there to Idaho. It's a
If I
nice
could be
little
like
area.
if I could be like a summer bird and just go there, like
We
in
call them
the
snowbirds.
well, no, I know, but
Almost-
for me, I'd stay here in the winter. Like, I would like to stay here in the winter, and then go out there in like early spring, like until like maybe nowish, to chase bear, and then stay here in the winter for like coon and bobcat and whatever. But the thing is, in Idaho, to even like unclip my dogs from the leash and turn them out on anything, I had to pay $730, and I had to draw that permit.
Non-resident
like,
permit, yeah.
Yeah, 70 people get it, and I drew it.
It'd be
Wild.
cheaper. It'd be cheaper for you to buy another trailer like the one behind you, haul it to Arizona, park it in my yard, come get an over-the-counter bear tag and hunt here.
Mhm.
Right.
in the
Yeah,
fall.
but Utah or Idaho, you can catch 4 or 5 bears a day in Idaho. I
Yeah,
got
that's the
buddies that
thing.
live up
It
there.
was
And they
awesome.
smash them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I tried.
You're gonna get Tim Brink yapping about it here in a second. I think that's
I
where
went
he's from.
to the what the heck was the sheep banquet there in Reno over the winter?
Oh, the
Oh yeah.
Rocky Mountain
Yeah,
Sheep
sheep show.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sheep
okay,
show.
yeah.
So I went to the sheep show and I talked to Idaho Fish and Game that they had there, and they couldn't even tell me how many people applied for the out-of-state houndsman tag or license.
Really?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
So I got really lucky.
Yeah, so like literally they didn't even keep the data on it. Like there's no preference points for the system. There's no idea of how many
But they
people
should
actually
be able to
apply
tell you
for it.
how many people paid to apply for it.
That's what I thought. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to
Nobody's
know
ever
my
asked."
odds.
Well, you
They
gotta
just
remember,
don't.
Idaho's surrounded
Exactly.
by Nevada, which is only 20 bear tags a year. California, which has bear hunters.
Yeah,
Oregon still.
unlimited bear tags, but there's just not many
Washington.
bear hunters.
Who in Nevada?
No, in California.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah, because like
Oregon,
my wife just
Oregon
said,
and
there's-
Washington, you can still run depredations with your dogs.
oh, I don't even know anything about that.
Yeah.
Does
And
anybody know
so-
about the new new regulations that Washington just adopted? I heard there's new stuff recently, like yesterday or something. I just don't know anything
Oh,
about it.
no.
I try and keep up on that stuff, and I have no information.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Mostly
didn't hear
because I
about
did not keep up on it.
I know it's not pertaining to hounds. It's just pertaining to lion hunting.
Right.
In
I
general.
know there's some wins and some losses, like as far as what they finally agreed on.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing.
I think Howl for Wildlife posted something. Let me look. Yeah.
And Carl,
okay. Go ahead.
Carl asked what units I hunt. And I hunt all those in North Arizona: 4B, 4A, 5B.
Just all of them.
Yeah, 3B, 1, 3A, 3C. If I feel like running my dogs on the reservation half time, wherever I can. Unit 1, 27.
Yeah, going
Go
to
ahead.
27. Going to that wilderness.
27's huge.
It is.
1's pretty big too.
Yeah, one has roads though.
Oh yeah, yep.
So the cougar thing in Washington was a win. Cougar vote was made 6-3. They went over better than expected. Although the commission is adopting rule changes that are not based in science and the department
That's what I heard.
recommendations, some amendments were made by those by the commission who put value to not ostracize the hunting community. The wolf vote is obviously where it went wrong. 5-4 vote rejecting downlisting to sensitive. 5-4 vote rejecting downlisting to threatened. Which I was looking at the wolf numbers in Washington, and it was like 200 and I don't know, some crazy small number. And I was like, how can like their wildlife department and like a bunch of other people put forth this vote to have wolves downlisted to sensitive or threatened, either one of it. And in Wisconsin, we've got like 2,000 wolves, and we can't win. Like, my friend just had a dog killed last week.
Oh, frick.
Yeah. Or not even last week, on Saturday, like a couple days ago.
Man.
Those wolves are a little different up there. Those are the big wolves, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were all big wolves, other than the Mexican gray wolf.
Well, that's what we have
Mexican
down
gray
here.
wolf and the red wolf are small.
Oh, the red wolf out in like Louisiana kind of thing.
Yeah, they're out in North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Brett.
They're like coyote sized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris allowed the Outlaw back on the show.
I was told that someone put a post on George Lambert's dog food post that said something about Chris Watson getting angry about something, but we tried to find it. Me and Lauren tried to find it, and we can't find it now. I'm all.
I missed it, I guess.
I wanted to show Brett
But
that
it
he's not
wasn't-
the only
but it-
outlaw.
But it wasn't about the Monday night thing. It was just about George dropping his initial review at the same time, pretty much as this live. That's all.
Yeah.
And it,
I think it was all in good fun.
That's what. Now I'm gonna have to text George and tell him don't ever drop a video on my live again, or let me know.
No, you
Go over there.
You don't even. He can't. It was here. Stefan is here. He said it was.
Oh, there
me.
he is. So if anybody here, go to Mountain Music and Mules, or wait, yeah, Mountain Music and Mules, and watch George's video. He hasn't been dropping a lot because he has a new baby, I think, and he's busy.
Oh,
I'm actually really interested to see that video. And if I could get a smoking deal on a Nook Shook, I bet I would feed it. But I get such a good deal on the Victor that I'm feeding right now that I can't even feed like Joy or Pride or anything else for less than what I'm feeding my Victor bags.
I've never even heard of Victor. Tell me about Victor, if you don't mind.
Yeah, here I've got an old bag floating around the yard here. Hold on, it was blown away by the wind. A visual demonstration. I'll play show and tell. 1 second.
Oh, we're giving George some competition, is what we're giving. Put your video on when I'm doing a live. George always does a good job on those little videos like that.
Because my yard is effectively a dump. I have an old bag of dog food. And
my neighbors have some of my bags of dog food because of the wind.
Yeah, that's what did this. Oh my gosh, there's an earwig. Oh. All right, never mind. It's what I feed is the High Pro Plus, which is a 30-20, or the Professional, which is like a 28-18 or something like that. And I get just a really good deal on it. I think I paid $35, $32 a bag this last time I bought it. It's 40-pound bag.
Oh, that's 40. I paid 38. I was feeding retriever because it did me real good. And then all of a sudden my dog just started dropping weight. And I'm like, that's weird. And then they recalled it. So I quit feeding it. And I went to Diamond and it's $38 for 50 pounds, the high energy. And my dogs are all fat right now.
That's what I feed. That 38. Sorry, that Diamond High Energy 50-pound bag.
The maroon sack or red sack.
Yeah.
You just have to cut it a little bit.
Yeah.
When they're not running as hard.
I have a 10-year-old, one of my twins, 10-year-olds. He takes care of he feeds the dogs. My other twin waters everything. So one feeds, one water. And they were losing a lot of weight. So I had them bump it. And now I got home and I'm like, God dang, you need to like cut that in half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what, those spayed females, it's almost cruel how little you get to feed them. I mean,
I wish we could give them like air kibble just to make them happy.
Yeah, just like a fake
just bags of rice.
A diet, a 0 calorie.
Maybe a 10-5 mix instead of a 30-20.
Goes in that rock there with the rest of them.
No, I have a few dogs that I can literally feed a handful and they still hold. I wish all my dogs were that great, but I do have a dog.
We'd be a little richer.
And if I'm running him, this is the fattest I've seen him. Like I don't see his ribs or his spine no more. And usually he just so wound up. I tell you, about the third day of bear season, he'll look like I haven't fed him for 3 weeks again.
Yeah,
I feed meat.
Are like that. And my females, they're super easy to keep. I give them half of what my males get. And then I got one male that's fixed, so he gets what the females get. Just real light. It's like a cup and a half in the morning, cup and a half in the evening.
Yep.
I'm not the person that says, oh, you should feed this or that. Like whatever you think is working for you, and it is, like, great. And I can tell you why Victor has worked for my dogs, but I just look at my dog every time before I feed it and assess its body condition. Like, and that's why they say feed the dog in front of you. Like, whether that's meat, because I feed my dogs venison in the winter, I do bone broth, like whatever you're feeding it, just feed the dog in front of you. Look at the dog and decide what it needs.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to constantly get on my 10-year-old and tell them if they're looking skinny, bump them up. If they're looking fat, minus them out.
Yeah, we have to feed every one, individually. I mean, I got a red dog or a red tick dog out there that he's just a hard keeper. You gotta feed him a lot more, and then the dog right next to him, you just gotta make her suffer. It's terrible.
I feel any red dog's a harder keeper than a walker. I think it goes walker's easy, blue tick, then red. I don't know why in my yard, but
that half running walker that I have out there, Jack, if you feed him too much, he won't eat it. He eats just what he wants and leaves it.
That's Sydney.
I wish I could have a dog that self-regulates.
That's the only one I got.
Oh my gosh! If I could have like auto feeders.
Yeah.
You know what?
You can just free feed.
I take that back. I got a female that covers up her feed. She covers it up. You put it out there and she'll cover it up, and then she'll come back later. And what's really weird is it's been a few years ago. A friend of mine shot a bear with the dogs, and when we cleaned that bear, she tried to cover up that carcass.
Yeah.
I mean, she just worked her butt off, pushing dirt up all around it like she was going to save it for later.
my stinker dog, when I was cutting up that elk, I was throwing, meat out to all the dogs, and same thing. She couldn't eat it all, so she'd go bury it all over the yard.
And I don't like to admit my dog's trashed on a bear.
I won't say anything.
I think I'm the only.
Anything that climbs a tree, I'm pretty happy with.
I think I'm the only bear hunter here. So that run bear. Everybody else runs lion. Oh yeah, you run bear. You have to leave the state though, right?
No, Wisconsin. We've got like 27,000 bear.
Really?
Yeah.
How hard is it to get a tag there?
The problem is
over the
counter. No, it's a lottery, and depending on the zone, it can take between 10 and 14 years. And the zones with the zones with dogs take around 10 to 14 years. Some zones they'll give them to you in 2, but that's because the DNR is trying to put a whole ton of pressure to get rid of bears in a certain zone, and it's not working out so well because the farmers won't let us go where we need to go to take care of the actual problem.
Tim,
but you can run here for free. Like you can pursue with no tag, no license, no nothing.
Tim, that dog was trying to hide evidence. She didn't want nobody to know she treated a bear.
So you can run, you can pursue bear all year, or?
No, July 1st through August 31st, and then there's a week of quiet time, and then every other year it switches who gets to hunt first, whether it's the bait sitters or the hound runners, and then that goes for like another 4 weeks or something like that. So I've been hunting bear for, Piper's going to be 7. So around 6.5 years now. And I don't know if I will draw a tag to be able to harvest a bear with my original dog that I started with, which is kind of sad that you have to go through a whole pack of dogs till you can draw a tag, So
yeah,
when you start putting in points, you might not be able to even kill a bear with those dogs that you trained, their whole life. Well, and especially now with wolves killing dogs left and right, kind of makes me, which is the plan of the anti-hunters and the wolf expansionists, is to have wolves proliferate so much that we just stop hunting, whether it's to protect our dogs or to get rid of, most of the deer, so they'll stop deer tags and all that.
27,000 bears, and you have to have a lottery. That's crazy.
It's because
I'm sorry.
There's no preference. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I got a thought in my mind. If I don't say it, I'll lose it. I'm an old man. I'll forget.
If you
and you might have already said it, but do you get to hunt wolves at all in Wisconsin? Do they?
That's a really good question, and we used to be able to. And I had a thought that I wanted to get out to, and whoop, it's gone.
Ah,
See?
good one, Brett.
That's what happens.
So,
You're not near as old as I am.
No, but I have just as bad of a memory. So in 2012 there was a hunt. I think again in 2016, and it has to do with legislation and politics. That's all what it boils down to. So wolves still in the Great Lakes region are well recovered, and because of politics, they have not been taken off that list. So they're considered federally endangered. So we can't.
Let's
Listen,
don't talk politics,
we
because
don't-
every time
we
I
don't-
talk politics, I get in trouble. I say
don't
So they're
things I
federally-
shouldn't
yeah.
say.
We don't say the
But it's-
T word around Brett.
Yeah,
I say
anti-hunters. We'll just say anti-hunters.
I say things I shouldn't say, and then I get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're still federally
What's up,
protected.
baby?
So we cannot
door?
hunt them. When they are able to be hunted, I'm hearing children.
Yeah,
Rowdies.
it's mine.
When they're taken off the ESA, there is a season for them, and it's been successful before. And we are the only state that can hunt them with hounds in addition to trapping.
Oh wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
If you
it
could
is
get away with
wild.
it.
Super cool.
It is wild.
So, got a question about the hunting them with hounds. The way I've heard of it being done was you find one that's out on their own and then you put the dogs on it, right? Or
Yep. So we're gonna single out wolves. So we're taking out loners, dispersing wolves, which they don't even count in our population model at all, like the Western states do. Wisconsin and their management plan and their counting is just all sorts of messed up, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot would agree. So yeah, we single them out, and the predator becomes the prey at that point. And you run them just like you would a coyote, and you shoot at them just like you would a coyote. And there's no dog fights. It doesn't go down like that. You get them running across a field or something like that, and take a couple moving shots.
Try to shoot them out
Makes
in front.
sense.
Yeah, and
Yep, exactly.
I would imagine that it'd
Just
take
like-
a heck
just
of a
like
dog
deer
to
dogging.
catch one.
yeah, that sounds like a darn good time to me, though.
Piper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremiah, we're trying not to talk about that.
I think
Yeah.
I had something to say about bears in Wisconsin, and I don't know. I
Bears
missed what
all
you're
crazy.
laughing about, because my dog was
There's
getting
a
flustered at the
comment
neighbor.
that Brett
I
Brett's an angry
I said something the other night. I should have said it the way I said it. I didn't think anybody else would hear it. I still stand by what I said. I brainwashed. I believe that. But I shouldn't have used the flowery language I used with it, really.
Brett.
But-
When we talk about politics, Brett just starts boiling, and he
I
sat
can't
there for
s-
3
I-
hours
yeah.
boiling, and then it just boiled over. So
It boiled over
I
at the end.
apologize. I apologize for Brett.
Oh, no, I never denied being an asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
I think we all are sometimes, especially me on TikTok.
Oh, I tell you, when I see her TikTok, a lot of them are disputing people's comments, and people just, how it is, Brett. On comments, people leave those comments and how do you mistreat a dog?
Well, that's another thing that I had been dealing with is comments on my YouTube channel. I mean, I had a video that's got like over 300 and something thousand views, and I'm dealing with comments, and I try to answer good comments because I got a lot of good people who
Like they
ask
genuinely
questions
are asking, like they're genuine about it.
and I enjoy it because like I had several comments say, hey, I see you have dogs with you. What are the dogs for, and what are those antennas for? And I get a chance
Sure.
to actually explain it in a good way, and they get to see something besides just the dogs barking at something in a tree. They get to see how I interact with my dogs and I take care of them and this. But in the same thing, I might say, oh, I love the way you take care of your dogs. Oh, why didn't you give them water? Stupid stuff too that irritates me.
What's crazy about YouTube
Yeah,
is hours and hours of video, hours. You only get to see about the 20, 30, 40 minutes of video that we clip out of that. So you don't see the 30 times you water or all the other crap, and they just assume. And Jeremy just blamed me for Brett's behavior.
I didn't have these troubles till I started hanging out with Chris.
I'll take the blame.
Just watching your guys' YouTube, I don't think I could ever be a YouTube person because I just don't have the patience and like the forethought to take the time to do things, to like set up a shot or go put the camera there, then walk back, then walk this way. Like when I'm doing stuff, like I've tried to film it and it's just like, rah, 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 and I think in the moment and I just can't.
Lauren, what you see is only about 10% of what we got because the other 90% we forgot to do.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. It could be a lot better if I took my.
If you ever watch, I made a video on what is it? It's called How to Self-Film or something like that. And all it is a bunch of bloopers. And because, you get the camera set up over there and you think, because I kind of like the creative aspect of it, get the camera set up. Oh, this is going to be a cool shot. I'll go get on my mules and I'll ride right by here. Then you get on your mule and you walk way over there. So you get that distant shot coming in. And then a dog goes over there and pees on your camera or knocks it over or what.
Hey, didn't one of your dogs grab your camera and take off?
Took off with it.
I remember seeing that one.
It's
he doesn't like the paparazzi, clearly.
Your phone's been going off like crazy.
My TikTok blew up because of like a 6-second video that got 6.1 million views.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
She's a star.
And
she's the star on here.
She's a TikTok star.
It's the dog that's the star. I wasn't even in it. It was Ridge. And it was like early spring. And we just went hunting, not even hunting, like just training. I didn't even have a gun with me or anything. And he went in and treed really nicely. And I walked in and I saw this hole and I thought, oh, cool, it's a den. Like I'll just look up in it and I'll maybe see a raccoon. Like that'd be cool. And I get there and I walk there and there's 2 little baby raccoon and it's a den that's like a slit in a tree. And it's at eye level. Like you can just look in there and there's like 2 little baby raccoon right in there, eye level. I'm like, holy crap, that's so cool. Like they're so cute. And of course, like I tried to reach in there and like grab them. But I couldn't get my hand far enough and the hole in the tree was too small. And the video was just him sniffing the hole, barking, and then he went off to the side and you just see the little babies. And then it's like, oh my gosh, everybody lost their freaking minds. And then my one of my favorite comments was, is that a blue heeler? Do you see blue heelers like barking and sounding like he does? He's got a really deep bawl, really long ears. Like, do any of your little cattle dogs do that? No, they don't.
Do you hear them sitting there incessantly whining?
Right.
And then Lauren like don't just answer they don't.
No, Lauren I won't because I get mad. Because I get mad that
she has to be a smart ass about it.
So dumb. So. Yeah, I get mad. Like I think, and I say this, and I will own it. Like I get a little bit rude about it because it takes 2 seconds to do your, like, it's not even research at this point. It's like 2 clicks to find out what kind of dogs I have and like what they do. And I'm blaming it on like this younger generation that wants such instant gratification and never had to like search for anything their whole entire lives. And like things are just handed to them. And I like, all you've got to do is click on my profile and it literally says registered blue tick coonhounds. Like, and I have like emojis of like a bear and a raccoon as my part of my like username. So, and it's just like, they have no common sense. I understand like how hunting works with a coonhound isn't common knowledge because I didn't really get it when I first like, became an adult, whatever. But it's common enough to be able to find that information easily, in my opinion. So that's why I just get sassy about it, because it's not hard.
And then on a lot of her comments are, those aren't your dogs, those are your husbands or your boyfriends or your man.
Yes. Yep.
Ooh, that goes over
I get that
good.
a lot. Yeah, like, you're not a houndsman, your old man is, whatever. Like, there's a lot I can say. And the thing is, like, you only get part of it. You get a lot of the bad stuff, like, as a woman, with people typing it out on the internet. And yes, there's keyboard warriors and stuff, but like, then you kind of think and you meditate on it. I don't meditate, but whatever. I'm using the word.
Think about
Self-medicate with
Yeah.
alcohol.
Where's my alcohol?
You medicate on it.
Yeah,
That's where
medicate
the
on
beer
it.
comes in.
Yeah, Wisconsin beer. And I'm like, if they're saying that on the internet, like, I know there's a hell of a lot more people that have worse things to think or say.
The problem is
And-
people they're so used to being able to say whatever they want on the internet that there's no consequences for being rude.
Right.
So
and I call them out on
before
their
the
shit.
internet, you said something rude to somebody, you got knocked in the mouth.
There's a consequence for it. Yeah, exactly. But
there was consequences.
They can sit there and act as tough as they want behind that keyboard, and and heck, most of the time you don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
It's people with no videos and like no profile, and at least like they're hiding. They're hiding behind a farce. It's
absolutely right.
They're cowards at that point.
Guys,
and then I ask a real question and they won't answer it because I know I'm right. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. My wife showed up with the groceries, and it's my job to haul them in.
All right, Brett. Have a good one. Good seeing you.
You got any wise words of wisdom before you leave this time, Brett? I mean, why stop?
Bunch of brainwashed assholes. I don't.
Guilty.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've been in a bad humor here lately, but I'm getting better. I had some good information or good stuff happen today, so I'm okay.
Good.
Yeah, Monday wasn't so good for you.
No, it
Run
was a
with
terrible
it.
day. All right, guys. Thank you. Keep up the
Brett.
good work,
Thanks,
Chris. We'll see y'all later. How do I get out of here?
I'll remove you.
James wants to know what my blue dogs are out of. I've got a couple different lines. Most of mine are Smoky River and Uchman on the top, if we want to just get general about it. My best dog Piper, she's that on the top, and like jackhammered bred on the bottom. And I've got a Minnesink dog with a dash of Cameron in her. And then I've got she's registered, but I got her from someone and I never got the papers, so I don't know what she goes back to. But she's kind of crazy in the head, so I really don't care, and she's fixed, so whatever. Bye.
There you go.
But yeah, like social media is fun. Being a woman in this is fun.
Funner.
Funner, yeah, it's so much funner. We exist in the context of what was and what will be.
So what is you're starting to sound like Kamala Harris there for a second.
I was joking about her.
That's what I thought.
I was making a dig.
What will be, could be. Yeah. Well, I got it. It's funny that I got it.
I just
saw what else do you run up there?
Of her. It was your lighter gets lighter when you light it until it's too light to light or stay lit or something.
And then it won't light no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do you run over there? Do you run bear a lot in Wisconsin at all, or is it just you don't? Yeah. It's the lottery.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my summer is consumed by. Now where I live, there aren't any bears, so you've got to drive from where I am. You've got to drive at least 3 hours to reach bear country, and then where I drive is about 4 hours. So except there are dispersing bears that pop up around, but there's not public land or anything around me, so you really can't run them just for practice.
Oh, that's my other question.
Yeah.
How much public land compared to private land does Wisconsin have?
I'll tell you
Like,
right
all
now,
of us
it's
are
not
lucky
anything. Yeah, it's
because
not like
we
the
have a lot
West.
of public land here.
In all
A lot
my
of public land.
travels, like all the BLM you guys have and national forests and everything, I was just blown away. Like my county, like there's like barely any public land. Like I hunt all private for raccoon, just because there isn't even stuff in my country. As far as percentage of public land, I'd say 20%.
I think it's called Firewatch.
Maybe. I have to
Yeah, we
look. I
don't-
wonder if there's like a figure on that.
How much private land do you hunt, Jared?
Everything. I mean, I got one little bit of sliver of a ranch I get on, but that's about it.
Yeah, that would be-
99% of it is public.
It's public land. I know.
When I
No.
lived in Nevada with Rowdy, I don't ever remember going in Nevada and asking for
Watch
permission
duty.
to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only private land I
I've got-
hunt is a reservation when my dogs run over there.
There you go. Get that good.
I've got a figure for you. Wisconsin covers 34.8 million acres of land, 7.4 million acres of water, and public lands make up 5.7 million acres. So that's 16.5% is land and water.
That's pretty low.
We have a lot of lakes.
Here,
So
I say here in Nevada, but in Nevada, it's like 80% public.
87.
No.
87%.
87%.
Oh my
deal.
gosh.
Yeah, it's literally almost anywhere you want to go is public. BLM.
You know what?
Service,
This is where
BLR.
Brett got angry too Monday. Is he says, how do people live in a man? He was annoyed by this. How people live in a state like California is gorgeous state, but it's literally like having the most beautiful wife in the world, and you don't live with her. You have
can't
nothing to
touch her.
do with her.
Yeah.
You can't
Looking at her
carry a
through
gun.
Glass window.
You can't hardly hunt how you want to hunt, and that's it. Just drives them crazy. But how do people? Elizabeth left California and came to Arizona, and then went back.
No,
But
she's
she
back.
has family there, and Brett's like, how do they? I'm like, they got family there. That's how they stay, and everybody
and they
thinks
can
that it's a worthless
travel.
cause.
They can travel to go run. Like they're
Oh,
close
yeah.
enough.
They could go to Nevada. A lot of them go hunt in Nevada. Some of them go hunt in
Yep.
Oregon. Bobcats. A lot of them come to Arizona, but
So there's still a lot that you can hunt there. Like there's coons, fox, coyotes, hogs, and any kind
All
of
the
bird you can hunt with dogs.
deer. Yeah.
You can run one dog per license for deer, for one dog per tag. So, but
So
it's I don't know of anybody that actually runs deer. What a lot of people do is they'll have a companion dog, and the dog will just kind of track them, and then you just kind of jump shoot them. Is what I've done in the past.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all stuff that I don't want my dogs running. Basically,
Right.
Fox, coyote, deer.
Right.
Trash.
Let me see. Growing up hunting in Arizona, moving into Kentucky was a culture shock with permission to hunt. And Oklahoma is the same way, I believe. It's all private land,
Just like Texas.
Texas is private land.
Yeah, Texas
people do
is-
hunt it, but you have to know people to hunt it, or have money. I don't know. I'm good with Arizona. It's just because I can hunt bear and lion over the counter, like.
Well, and
most of the time,
Wisconsin's
most
a
of the
blue
year.
state. Wisconsin's a blue state right now. And the deer hunting, like it's like I don't know, people are just obsessed with horn porn up here. And just thinking, and I have so many videos to prove them wrong about my dogs and interacting with deer, and they just won't even listen. So I have like 300 acres behind me of hardwoods, and the guy is such a douchebag. Like, I'm like, I will stay out of your hair, deer season. Like, if I could just trap coons, like, can I do that? And he's like, I've got 76 cell cameras and I'm, biggest buck and blah. No, he's like, you'll get trespassing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so like, if my dog does run away, they get treed in like 10 minutes on your property, like barely get onto the property and they tree. Like, can I go get my dog? And he said, no. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that is.
Sounds like he's from California.
He it does. He owns like ranches or I don't even know, in like Kansas and Missouri, and
God, 10% land, public land in Louisiana. 10%.
That's as bad as Wisconsin.
That's crazy. Spoiled in Arizona. We got all the national forest, state land, BLM. There ain't many places you can't go and hunt.
Yeah, so you got to ask a lot of permission here, and people will be like, oh, stay out during turkey season. Oh, stay out during gun season. Even if you do get permission, and you're like, do you not realize, number one, like what I'm running, I'm harassing away from keeping your, allowing your turkeys to have nice clutch hatches and whatever.
Yeah.
And like, two, like, here's 6 videos for you showing my dogs 20 feet from a buck grazing in the fence line, and they don't care. Like,
right.
I mean, will my dogs run a deer when they're young puppies? Absolutely. Do I let them run a deer when they're a young puppy? Absolutely, because it helps them track. Do I break them off it later? Yeah.
I had a guy, because if I have a litter, I let them run loose in my yard for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on when they start really leaving. And the guy that I got my dogs from always said, let them run everything they can as a puppy. It just it just puts that drive in them,
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah, the pup that I've got right now, I don't think it's going to work out. But my last dog that I started, she's going to be 4 in October. She got started on cottontail rabbits here in the yard. Ran the crap out of those suckers and ran them well. She's caught a couple now. And then I let her run 2 deer in her life that I know of. And she's just a gamey, fast, good tracking dog. She's always out to the road first on a crossing on a bear. She got started really well, just running around the yard, getting started on rabbits, and she'll all my dogs, some of them are better than others, but I have a huge farm field behind me. I'm on 80 acres, and they will shrew and mouse hunt in the winter. So when there's like, layer of snow, they will hunt those fields and they'll pounce like a fox and like bring up mice and shrews. And I'm like, damn, that's
Your hounds?
Yeah, my hounds.
I've never seen that. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm like, they got to have good sniffers to do that.
See, Troy, true, but a lot of states, it's pretty fair game for landowner to shoot your dog. A lot of that's changing now. They're changing that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys are fighting to get it to where it's a felony.
Yeah.
There's some states where you can, like, I think Oklahoma, don't quote me on any of this, but I think Oklahoma, they can just for the dog being on your property. But most states, the dog has to be like actively harassing and attacking livestock. Like here in Wisconsin, if someone's neighbor dog came and like started messing with my chickens, like I have the legal right to shoot it. But if my dog's just running through your property and you see it even chasing a deer, you're going to be in doo-doo if you do get caught and you shoot my dog.
Yep.
But Colorado, I don't think people
43%.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying
Colorado's
to take away.
Awesome.
I feel like anything that has a lot of public land is where those anise hit.
Well, they're hippies like mountains.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
all the
Colorado's
crazy people
in the
move
fight
down
for
to
their
the
lives
desert
right now.
Yep.
Well, they tried to take away bear, cat, and hunting in Arizona. What was that, 2 years ago?
Yep.
3 years ago.
21, I believe it was 21.
They didn't really try. It was 6 comments when an open discussion is what that was.
Yeah. Well,
And
they were
then-
testing the water. I think it was 2017 that they tried.
Yeah, is when they did try, and they did it before, like how they did in 2021.
Yeah.
But 2021.
But now
the
that
water
this,
was
but
buried.
now that this trapping ban went through in New Mexico, I think, I mean, that's just going to get infectious. Unfortunately.
Well, they did that in Arizona too in '94. It's always a death by 1,000 cuts. Always.
Yeah.
They just chop away and they take a little at a time. And I think Elizabeth was telling us on Monday that it was a water bill. It was a water bill that they put through that they hid stuff under. And to me, that shouldn't even be legal. You should, a bill should be a bill for one thing, not 15 things.
Yeah.
Period.
Or don't hide something that's completely not related at all.
Not even in the same. Yeah. So, lions, Jared.
What about them? Too
You don't run bear at all. You don't run bear at all, do you?
No
more.
I don't shock my dogs off bear, but I can usually holler at them and they'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've
What about you, Rowdy?
ran bear for 2 years and that's good enough.
Just lions and little bobcat. This last winter, I started turning out on bobcat tracks when I found them, but only treed one. I ran a bunch through rocks. I had one treed. It was big old Tom, as far as I could tell. Got like 150 foot from it, and my main dog, he's a climbing son of a gun. He got up in that tree, and he jumped it out. So I never did actually see it.
Best bobcat dogs. You only run 2 of them in Nevada.
Yeah.
2 dogs. Just 1 or 2.
That's the law?
No, that's how you
Or that's
keep
just
a
best
bobcat in
practice?
the tree. That's how you keep the bobcat in the tree, because otherwise they get anxious and they nervous and they end up blowing out. If there's only 1 or 2 dogs on the ground, they're fine. And yeah, if you have a tree.
What about when you walk in though? Don't they get anxious and stuff when the human shows up even more?
I didn't let that happen. I shot him with a 410 with buckshot. I'm not letting $600 get away.
Yeah.
Nevada's got the highest paid bobcats in the U.S. I'm not.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We've got.
Why is
it's
that?
another.
They're gorgeous.
Good spots.
They're spot-killed. They got the big white bellies. They're not sand bellied
Prime.
like they are in Oregon and all that. And they're gorgeous. Like my buddy's a big bobcat trapper, and he averaged, I think, $900 like in 2017, 18, somewhere around there.
Wow.
For his top bobcat went for $1,600.
Oof.
God.
Wow. Here in Wisconsin, we can hunt bobcat. We have 2 seasons and 2 zones. So there's a northern zone and a southern zone. There's an early season and a late season. And you can it's a draw, just like bear, not draw. It's a lottery, just like bear. And you put in for preference points, and you can draw in the southern zone quicker than you can in the northern zone. But the northern zone can take like 14 years for a second season. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So like Wisconsin, and that's what I wanted to say about bear. The draw for the lottery for bear is they don't give preference to residents. And I have some choice words to say about the whole bear thing in Wisconsin. But we just have so much demand that's why it's taking so long. And it's kind of crazy. Let's say you own, 200 acres up north or something, like for it to take 10 to 12 years to even get a bear on your own property. It's just crazy.
That is.
Especially with 27,000 bears.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because we let anyone in. It's an open border. No rules.
You got to do the laugh. Don't forget the laugh.
Yeah. I can't even do it. It's an open border. And so houndsmen can come in from any state, run dogs for pursuit, put in for preference points, all of that. And like, it helps with our economy. It really does. Except the wolves are now hurting just for deer hunting and hounds. But I would really like to see something not as egregious as Idaho, but like, hey, pay $120 to come run your hounds. Like, just something, because our wildlife fund is $16 million in deficit right now. And the DNR is like, huh? What? Like, I don't know what to do. And we're like, we've been telling you for years to increase your license fees. We've been telling you and suggesting things, and you didn't listen to us.
Cut costs. That'll help,
They're already doing that. I mean, but you're trying there, and they're trying to, recruit, retain the R3 program, hunters. And it's hard to get people involved when the deer hunting's diminishing up north because of the wolf population. Like, I can't get people really interested in running dogs because of access. And then dogs getting killed by wolves, like, there's so much coming from all angles that they should really be more proactive about in the first place than be like, we need to get hunters. Like, no, there's a couple of things we need to fix before we start pushing that. Obviously all of this is my opinion.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's just to me, it's a lot of bears in one state. It's going to turn out like California, because even those 27,000 bears, what's your percentage of females, and what's your quota? Do you know what your quota is over there?
I'll have to look. It's pretty big. In some years we meet it and go over it. And last year we fell short just because it was a mast crop season, and like baits went dry, and it was just kind of crappy.
Because even at 10%, you're still getting a couple thousand bear a year, just like California, they're projecting 80,000 bear.
Yeah, they said up to 85,000 bear in the state, and they only encompass like 40% of the state. So
and
let's see what's
the percentage that are females?
I got it.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter for us. Whatever zone you're hunting, it doesn't close early just because you've killed X amount of females. Like when I was in New Mexico, like for lion, like, if you kill, the quota was 4, but 2 females, and you've already killed those 2 females, that's closed. Sex doesn't matter in Wisconsin, and people start killing small bears and female. Oh God, I can talk about it. But anyway, January of 2024, they said we will offer 11,500 bear licenses, down from 12,760 last year. The kill quota is down, is 3,850, down from 4,575. So they still want us to kill like around 4,000 bears.
California's is only 1,700. They got 80,000 bears.
And they can't meet. They've never met their quota. They've never met their quota since they outlawed hound hunting.
Yep, in 2013 was the first year without hounds, and they haven't met the quota since.
Yep.
So they're talking about opening a
things.
second season. So they're saying, oh, well, let's just raise the quota. But that's does nothing. It's just asinine, talking, because you can't even reach the quota. The issue is you took away the hounds, and the hounds was the most effective way and most ethical way of making that quota.
Bingo.
And now they're talking about, oh, well, what if we just gave a second tag or open up a spring season? And
the same people are still going to be out there hunting. It doesn't matter. You still have the same amount of people that want to go hunt the bear. Changing seasons and making more tags isn't changing anything. You have to change the effectiveness of the manner.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see maybe a spring season helping a little
It
bit,
might
but
help
I don't
out.
know how much.
Yeah.
But they're gonna kill. So all they're gonna do there is wipe out females with cubs, sows with cubs, or cubs, or because
yearlings.
I've seen it 100 times
probably.
where someone sees a bear and they shoot it, and when you're shooting at a bear at 200 yards away, that bear looks like it's 400 pounds. You walk up to it, and the thing's like 80 pounds.
That's why hound hunting is so ethical and effective with the sizing and
Exactly.
sexing.
Well, I've had
Yeah,
them in a tree, and deer hunters have showed up, and they would kill that bear. And I'm like, it looks like a German Shepherd, like big old ears, like it's. I said, you don't want that bear. I said, if this was a big bear right now, I would let you whack it. If it was a big boar.
Like,
I don't want to burn
trust
my
me, listen
tag.
to the expert. Like, you're not.
Yeah,
No, you're not.
And they
shooting
just, if they're sitting in a stand and that bear walks by, they're gonna whack it. That's
Don't
all
be
they're
doing that.
because they don't have the opportunity to see that stuff. You know.
Yeah, they don't
That's
have
true. The repetitive knowledge of
experience, I guess.
seeing bears in trees too.
Yeah.
Like in sizing bears. Like I could look at a bear in a picture now on a trail cam and tell you probably within 75 pounds how much that bear weighs. Maybe 100 pounds. Some of them are difficult. But
yeah, but you guys are getting those big corn-fed bears out there that are
some
500-600 pound bears.
Eating that
some
cheese.
of them. Yeah, all the cheese and beer.
Bunch of cheeseheads.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, so you know how it takes so long to draw a tag here. If I drew a tag, and I'd been waiting 12 years, and I'd ran the whole kill season, and we never put up, either we were putting up, smaller females or small bears, whatever. And it was the last day of the season. We finally get like a bear in the tree, and we get to it, and that sucker is 80 pounds, and it's legal. It's 48 inches, from what we can tell. And I'm not shooting that bear.
Wait a minute. What do you mean it's legal? What is your guys's?
48 inches from nose to tail is I think it's 48 inches is a legal bear in Wisconsin. We can't shoot a sow with cubs.
Yeah, we can't shoot a sow. So it used to read no sows with cubs. Now it reads, and we used to joke about this, but it reads no sow with cubs or cubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or no cubs with a sow, or no cubs, because we used to joke and say, well, if we can't shoot the mom, we'll just shoot the baby, but people were actually shooting the babies because it didn't read right. And now it has to say cubs with sows, so, but people take what they can get, when they don't have the opportunity.
I'm pretty sure it's 48 inches. And I measure some of my coons, my bigger coons, from nose to tail, and I'm like, oh, hi, Piper.
That's just crazy, because how do you tell 48 inches?
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
But I mean, Clay Newcomb said the biggest bear he shot had huge ears. He would have never guessed it was a big bear. Because you know how you always look at the ears and their little
and the
tiny
head,
ears
the dome on
apart.
the bear. Yeah. I'm trying to read some regs right now.
But it's the same with lions. If someone's sitting in a tree stand or they're coyote calling and something shows up, they don't care they don't care how big it is. They just shoot it. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I won't, even if I waited that long, like I still got to hunt that whole season with my dogs, and maybe my dogs were at that tree, and I still had that whole experience. But I'm not gonna waste it on something that it would take away from the population of Wisconsin. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on, if I would kill a small bear or not.
So when is Nevada start? Is there's all year? When are you going to start going back out, or are you going out at nights, Rowdy? Is it too hot at night still?
It depends on where I'm hunting, but if I get up above like 6,000-7,000 foot, it's not bad. I can hunt at night. But I haven't been hunting much just because of work, and then I went out. I didn't remember the last time I went out. It's been 3 weeks ago, maybe. And I just didn't find any tracks. I found one old track, but it had been rained in from a couple days prior.
Do you have a lot of bears up there when you're hunting high like that you have to worry about?
If you're along the state line with California, yeah, there's a ton of bears.
85,000.
Yeah. Yeah, they say that there's like 800 in the state, but
42 inches.
there's a lot of bears. Like I saw with my own eyes like 6 bears last year without
Not
you
even
know,
trying.
yeah, that was just me out hunting lions. And then I bet you I cut easily 100 different bear tracks last season. So
Boy, if they let you bait in Nevada, right there on that border, it'd be great.
yeah,
That's
I've seen.
that's what.
But
they-
you said they only give out 20 tags?
It's not very
45
much.
tags. 45
Yeah.
tags, and the kills and the quota's 20.
I wonder
Okay.
how many bears are in Nevada.
800.
They say like 800, but I think there's way more.
There's a lot.
There
They're
has
all the
to be
way-
way more right there on the border of California.
Yeah, just because of what is flowing out of California,
There's probably 800 in Lake Tahoe.
right? So there's supposed to be, or they say that when everyone was, migrating through back in, 1800s, that they used to be all the way out into the middle of the state. But
No,
now
well,
it's
JT
just,
last summer. JT caught a bear in the Rubies.
really,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well,
I
there's
think he
so
caught
many
it out by
bears in
Lamoille.
California. They gotta be pushing over. Them big bears.
Well,
They are.
the Ruby Mountain Range is next to Utah. It's by Wendover.
Yeah.
It's like clear on the east side of the state.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
northeast corner.
Are they
They
coming
have-
out of Utah?
Well, they
It
have
could have been
documented.
Idaho, Utah.
They have
Wyoming.
documented bear tracks in every unit in Nevada.
Really?
Yeah. You
That's
don't. You don't.
true.
Well, you don't bear hunt, so I was gonna say when I bear hunted in Nevada, I went to the class and they talked about all that stuff because you had to take a class before you can take your before you get your tag.
Yeah.
Like in-person class?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's only
I don't know,
like
a
4
lot of-
hours or something like that. I want to say.
What, the bear
A lot
class?
of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 4 hours, but it's at least 2.5.
Okay.
A lot of people probably need that class these days, though.
Yeah.
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 Well, like in New Mexico, I had to take like the ID course and everything before I bought my mountain lion tag.
For
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
No, for New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just online. It's what, like 15
It's
questions?
online.
Is that
Yeah,
only
I
for
mean, it
out of
took-
state?
I think it's
No,
for
I
anybody.
think it's anybody.
Oh.
I did take some time to like go through the course because I didn't want to treat it like the stupid work courses that I've got to take every year. I was like, okay, I need to know my stuff. Like, I should really like make sure I know this. So
Don't let your kid take the test. The only thing I got to hassle with is going to Walmart and then saying, "Here, let me just have the tag. I'll fill it out."
It's a pain in the butt.
but I still can't
I
believe how
got-
much it cost me. I still can't believe how much it cost me to turn loose in Idaho. I was just sticker shocked. Like, and like,
Yeah.
I posted it on my Facebook. I share a lot of stuff on my Facebook. And some people are like, well, you should have known that. I'm like, no, like I knew that the hound permit was going to be like $300 something, but it didn't say anywhere when I bought it that I had to pair that with a hunting license with a bear tag. Like if I just was going there to pursue dogs, like why would I have to have a kill tag? Like, I don't know. It was just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like anybody can buy a bear tag over the counter, but in order to run your hounds, you have to have the hound hunting license. And otherwise,
and to
it's a
have the
big-
hound hunting
big,
license,
huge
you have
fine.
to have a hunting permit,
Yeah.
which is like another, I don't know, $20. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I went there
Kinda-
and it was an experience, and I want to get back in September to actually hopefully take a bear. We'll see. But that drive was wicked. Oh my gosh. It was long.
Man,
I was
I've been looking at
30.
Cessnas. I've been looking at Cessnas. So
$100,000
Rowdy's gonna
for
have
a
to build him a little
cheap one.
landing strip.
Those dogs,
yard.
those dogs must be making you some real good money if you're looking at Cessna.
Oh no, it's not. Dogs
Oh,
don't make me no
He's
money.
a land baron. He's a slum lord. He's got
Yeah.
junkyards,
it's my
auto
OnlyFans.
smelling, whatever.
It's my OnlyFans that
my-
makes me the money.
Your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
those
Bearded-
hairy Sasquatch
bearded
feet
belly.
with peanut butter on them.
Aries Sasquatch
Yep.
feet pics.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know what women are into that, but go for it.
Guys
If you
like-
can find
Well, it
them.
guys
ain't the
like-
women he's selling them to.
No.
Maybe it's the men.
It's
Yeah.
the
Hey,
rich
there
guys
ain't-
out in California that like
Yep.
that.
Men's money ain't no different color than a woman's money.
That's right.
It's all green.
Tim, I don't know what unit it was. It was the one south of 23, by the reservoir. I don't know. I just went where people went. I didn't go by.
So
I didn't
can you
go by
go all over
myself.
the
I was
state?
with friends.
When you buy
The
that tag, you
permit
can
that
go
I
anywhere?
drew, correct.
Oh,
Do I want to go in the super wolfy areas and like the hard access areas where like I need to be like a legit mountain woman? Not really. I am used to swamps and marshes, and I will do a little bit of mountaineering. But like second to last bear tree that I went to out there was a beast, and it was hard, and it was like a long walk, and then it was straight up. And then I saw wolf poop on the way with black bear fur, and I'm like, let's get the dogs and get out of here. But the wolves
But-
out there are nicer. I wouldn't say nicer, but like they're habituated to hunting. They're like
Yeah.
are more scared of humans.
Yeah,
Then the
so they're a
wolves
lot
here
more
are-
afraid of humans because they're hunted.
they
there.
get hunted, right?
Yeah,
get
so
hunted
they
there?
even they've got e-collars with the sounds of hounds on it now. I think that's why they call it the sound of hound, and it's
Hmm.
They're
dogs
called-
treed. So
Yeah.
they're like literally killing them as they come into the sound of that.
Yeah, Tim, I drew a statewide hound out of
That's
state permit.
crazy.
Yeah, so like here the wolves are scared of nothing. Like you'll see them on the road and they'll just stand there and like look at you, or in farmers fields with the tractors. And out there I
That's
just
Arizona.
feel like I think our dogs like are a little bit safer, but I still want to out there it just would suck to have a dog get killed by a wolf and then have to drive 40 hours home. And yeah, here
Rowdy,
if it is a
Rowdy, I'm
confirmed
gonna buy
kill,
you a tripod one day. I'm gonna get your address. I'm gonna go buy you a tripod.
I had to look at my battery life. See, I've got
Oh.
32% left. And then
Here,
earlier
if a
my
dog
phone
gets-
overheated. I had to put it in the freezer for a minute. And it's getting hot again, burning my hands.
wow.
Uh,
Do you have it connected
Says
to power?
110. No.
Is that why?
It's just
No.
it's just
No,
Just
it's
hot.
that hot.
110 outside.
Yeah. And I'm sitting in the
Um,
shade. It sprayed it off and everything, and still got so hot it overheated. And I pulled the case off, so hopefully that's going to stop it.
Yeah, that
You need like
case.
one of those gel ice packs to like hold it on.
Yeah.
One for
real.
you,
Here in
one for the
Wisconsin,
phone.
if we do get a dog killed by a wolf here in Wisconsin and you report it and USDA does come and confirm it as a wolf depredation or predation, we can get compensated up to $2,500. But if
Good
you've
luck
got like a
with
good
that.
ass bear dog,
Yeah,
that dog is
that's
worth
a-
more than $2,500.
Yeah, that's a quarter maybe. Or,
Yeah.
or
And
less.
getting those guys to confirm it is my cousin's a rancher.
It's
tough.
actually it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
There like people that report their dogs well, I'll tell you why. Because the dog ends up as just head and legs, and coyotes
Mhm.
don't eat the rib cage. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Or
gruesome.
spine.
I wonder how many people.
Or
I wonder
spine,
how many
yeah.
people are going to the pound and going hunting with their good hound.
Not
The
not
money
a lot.
making
Like
business.
it's not. I think if it was happening, I would know about it. Like, and we get reports. Like I get emails every time that there's a confirmed wolf kill, and
Mhm.
you'll look at the area that it was done, and like usually through word of mouth, you'll find out who it is, and you'll know what dog they were running, just by knowing people.
How many dogs a year are killed over there?
I think sometimes it's between like 20 and 40.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'd be doing some outlaw stuff. I would.
Yeah,
be.
I
I'd be
think some
getting
people
payback.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're the hardest animal to hunt. Like, and like You might see them on a road, but there's no chance. You just can't.
Well, there's
I've never seen
ways.
one. I've never actually seen a wolf.
There's trapping. I'd find
After
remote
all,
locations and
That's when you go to the dirty. That's when you go to that dirty snare.
Yep.
there's an
It's
old
hunting
I'm
24
sure.
hours a
I'm
day.
sure it happens. I'm
But
sure.
but with all the dogs that people have running, like we're not also going to risk the dogs in traps and like we legally trapping. Like if you're trapping coyote or even trapping like wolf trapping season when we're able to, we have to use what's called cable restraints and not snares. So they loosen. They don't completely tighten and choke the dog or the wolf. Brady asked if the wolves are smaller where I am versus Idaho. I don't think so. I would have I'd have a good argument that they're not smaller.
Man, I might have to
'cause
go
your
hang out
guys'
with
wolves,
Tim Brink.
they're the ones that came out of Canada on their own, right? They naturally migrated in, or they were just always there, right?
In Wisconsin or Idaho?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, no, it was a reintroduction. They killed them off in like the 40s.
So stupid.
Yep, and there was a reason why. And then they reintroduced a wolf, and it's not the wolf subspecies that was native to like the prairies and the eastern.
Oh, correct. Yeah, these are the Canadian gray wolves. They're like 120 to 150 pound wolves.
Yeah. And if you like, some of my friends were when the wolf hunt did happen. I was in New Mexico when the wolf hunt happened. It was during COVID, so it was probably 2021 when it happened. January, I don't know, 2021. And these people holding these wolves up. I mean, the wolves are huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. And you put them next to a coyote and yeah.
And that's a dog, man. 130-pound lion's a big lion. You see those guys getting those 150-pound lions, and they're ridiculously big.
I'm sure that but they're like solid muscle and bone, and the lions. The wolves, I don't think get that big. I think they probably average between like 80 and 115 pounds. But they're scary. They're scary looking. They're big.
That's a big dog to start with.
But even if you put like 100-pound blue tick next to it, the wolf would still tower over it. And it's just lean muscle and the way the wolf is built. It's a killing machine.
Yeah. They do, baby. And they kill everything. They kill everything because they want to, not because they want to eat. Because they want to.
No, they've killed entire herds. Yep, they've killed entire herds of sheep, not eaten them. They'll kill dogs and eat them. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do eat the dogs. But that's because it's a frenzy. And I'm guessing Tim is in Idaho, where they catch 2 or 3 bear a day between 5 to 9 a.m. Man, that's crazy.
That's a lot of bear.
I've never seen a lower man in my life than someone who's going to eat an ice cream right in front of somebody. In my opinion, that's all I'm saying.
Well,
where do I file the abuse paperwork? Where do I file the the hostile work environment?
Here, let me show you so you guys don't think I'm lying. It is 110.
That ice cream's gonna melt before you get back.
I'm sorry, 108 and a half. There you go.
Thanks for not making it AI. It's the real deal right there.
I know. Every time I smoke a cigar on the I'll smoke a cigar sometimes on here, and my wife will text me, "It's like smoking, huh?" I said, "No, baby, that's AI." Low down.
It's just it's a filter.
I think you just put Brett.
It's Haagen-Dazs
on the second.
It's Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, really good. I think it's horrible. You guys wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I think you just put Brett on the second most hated list.
Have you heard though that there's like fake ice cream out there that people will like get one of those like drumstick things and like wait for it to melt and it never melts?
Oh, I've seen that.
Have you? Okay, so I'm not crazy. This wasn't a dream I came up with. Like, it's a thing. I'm not saying that I've tried to like see if some ice cream would not melt, but yeah, it's like that rubbery watermelon. Like,
yeah, firemen eat ice cream in the middle of a fire as they're fighting it. What are you talking about, Tim?
Tim, what zone do you hunt?
He said before. Did he say up here? Someone asked him that too. I forgot. The truth.
But I do want to come back in September because, like, for me, I think I'm killing. So I haven't felt the need to like kill a bear. Like, I've seen tons of bear. Like, I haven't been like, all right, this is my year to go do it. Like, I want to kill a bear. I really don't like killing things. I just do. 6, 8. Are those up north then? I'm assuming because they're smaller numbers. But like I said, in Wisconsin, I don't think I'll draw a tag before this girl right here is is young enough or spry enough to still make it to the tree. So I feel like I've got to go somewhere and draw an over the counter tag just to get a bear when she's still with us.
I think Arizona or does New Mexico have over the counter?
New Mexico's over the counter, but you have 3 days before the units close.
Yeah.
Arizona,
and like
a little better, I guess.
I talked to Mike Root about it.
Oh yeah,
It was probably a year ago, and he's all, I don't know what I'm gonna. He's all worked up about it because they were talking about lowering different quotas.
I've got friends down in New Mexico. If I really wanted to go, I can, and that I appreciated that drive. I liked that drive a little more than I liked the drive out to Idaho. It was just a little bit shorter, but yeah, it's just, I mean, thank God I have this thing because I can just pull over and sleep whenever I want, but I have a Tacoma and it's just a bitch to tow. And it's 11 feet long and it weighs 1,800 pounds dry. It's all aluminum. But I mean, it saves me. Like, I don't have to get a hotel or sleep in my truck, and I'd never be able to sleep in my truck. And if I need to bring dogs in there with me, like, so I've got one mean dog. And so I take her in there with me, depending on the situation, just as protection, along with my handgun. Sometimes I'll leave her in the box as like an alert and a deterrent if someone, tried to come up to the truck while I was sleeping. But, that's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about. Like, Chris was like, oh, talk about, being a woman in the hound community. Like, well, there's a lot to unpack there. But it's just like, if I wanted to like be a guide and guide by myself and like take on clients, I personally would not feel safe doing that because like there's a lot of freaking weirdos out there. Like, and I can't say that I would always be able to like handle myself and be prepared and be ready to take action if I needed to. Like, you can totally be caught off guard or someone can overpower you and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunity that I think women are missing out on just because there's some nasty dudes out there. And there's a lot that I can say that like would probably like ruffle some feathers to a lot of like male listeners or something, but like not you guys, but like y'all are creeps. Y'all are creeps. Like
guilty.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots
no,
fired.
not I'm not saying like you guys, like I two of you I've never even met before. But like there's just like people, a lot of guys, they either lust over you and that's like the extent of it, or they're like lust and like obsessed on like a weird level, or they hate you because they hate that you're like doing things different, or they hate that you're a woman like finally making your way and like doing things and perhaps doing better than them in one way or another. So I don't know. It's interesting, and
it's also and they're also other houndsmen, and houndsmen are jealous over everybody. If you're catching 30 bear a week, no matter the sex, then you're baiting or you're, you know what I mean? So it's always, or you're doing something, you're cheating. That's why
There's no like
better
you
just to
can't be
keep your numbers
successful.
to
There's no way
yourself.
you're doing that right. Oh, I
I-
should keep my
I think
my
that's
my
just
life to
people
myself.
in general. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily houndsmen. It's just people in general. Houndsmen are just more the apt kind of people to actually say what they're thinking. 'Cause we have zero filters.
Yeah. I think we just like yell at our dogs so much and like we're just like
We're
off
used
the
to
cuff
yelling
when
at
it
the
comes to
dogs.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it like just transfers to like our regular life.
Yeah.
Because
So
I'm always yelling at my dogs bark, and I'll yell out, I'm like, shut up or whatever. Or I'll call them idiots. And I wonder if my neighbors are thinking I'm yelling at my kids, calling them idiots or, you know.
sorry sap sucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm the only one that lives here. So like if people hear me yelling, it's either at like my guinea fowl or my dog. So they can't really be like, "Oh, she's over there abusing children and, those poor kids." No. It's just the dogs and the birds. But it's more like, "Shut up," or "You guys are a bunch of F heads," and
Oh no, I'm a cussing guy. Oh, Benny's around. You need to be meaner than the people who guides. Women weren't designed to be that mean without considering other possibilities first.
Yeah,
I
women are just
thought
naturally.
I thought women were
kinder.
just born mean. All my daughters were.
and being mean, like I'm a mean person. Like I can be a bitch. Like clearly, like look at my TikTok. Words don't mean anything. Like there's the physical power of a man, and
Yeah.
you just can't deny that.
No, there's
So.
some, a man or woman, even guiding, you get, well, even being a private investigator, like I've met some, well, we used to own a bail bonds too. And I'll tell you what, man, there's some mean people out there that were nice as heck until they just weren't nice no more.
Yeah,
And
it's a like acting,
then,
or
and
they'll
there was a
just flip
light
a
switch.
or
There was.
yeah.
And then the same with private investigator, they're nice as can be until you get a picture of the woman with another man or man with another woman. And next thing you know, man, they're throwing rocks through your windshield or trying to slash your tires.
It's your fault now.
Oh yeah, it's my fault. It's my
all your
fault. I
fault,
followed you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So,
then, traveling in general, like as a woman alone, whether I have dogs or not, like there's a risk, more of a risk doing that. I mean, I've traveled to several states with my hounds, and I think when I studied abroad in Costa Rica in college, I think that helped me a lot, like with my street smarts and my self-awareness and kind of reading people and things like that, because I was in a lot of shady situations down there and I learned a lot of things. But if someone hadn't had those experiences and was trying to do what I do, like I would kind of worry a little bit more. And I don't worry, I wouldn't say, but like there's still precautions that I take that I don't think a normal person or a man would.
I think you have to be, no matter what or who you are, but you just have to be real specific and real picky on who you take out hunting. And then once you get going, you word of mouth it where they have a reference,
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yep.
Everything's all word of mouth. I have 2 booking agents, and I tell them, I'm like, just don't send me shit, because I'll send them home.
Yeah.
And I've never had a bad client. I take that back. I've had one, and he
You had
wasn't
the
even
one.
he wasn't even that bad. He was just scared. He was just, the mountains were bigger than what he thought they were going to be.
I know what that's like because I've been
He
out
got
there. I'm like,
overwhelmed.
oh, we have to hike over there.
Let me tell you something about Jared. He don't drink water. He don't stop.
Yep.
Pick me up over here, and I'll wait there.
That day
Wait
sucked.
there.
That day
I
sucked.
said, "Am I at the right windmill, man?"
Yeah.
Yep. Ended up way somewhere else.
A bunch of years ago, I was a like registered background checked volunteer with the USDA and got to go to Colorado and work on bears there. And some lady is my neighbor across the street, probably like 600 yards away, yells for her cat every night, her outdoor cat. It's really great. Anyway, so, and the guy that I was out there hunting with, he is like a legit mountain man, and he, like, you could like have this 20-foot redwood. There's not redwoods in Colorado, but you could put that there, and he'd be like just running and just doop, hop over it, doop, 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 just going through all this deadfall like it's like American Ninja Warrior, and you're the top contestant. And there's me like from Wisconsin. I'll meet you at the tree.
Dying like you have
And he'll, like,
asthma.
you know, like yell at me like, "Are you here yet?" Or I'll get like in reach, like, "Are you? Yes, I'm on my way." Like, just
That's me trying to keep up with Jared on my mule.
Right.
He's out running your mule.
Yeah,
Dude, that thick
Yeah.
country up that we're at in. That stuff was thick.
yeah, it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. It's fun hunting down there on the border, though. I like that country. I'm still trying to get that piece of property from that
Property.
guy
I
down
love
in
it.
Washington camp.
Mm-hmm. I love
Yep.
the border. I mean, it's sketchy every now and then, but it's
Mr.
not.
Land Baron.
As a friend of my dad's has 6 acres down there, so be a good lion camp.
It would.
I
be.
just want to catch that jaguar. That's all I want to catch, that jaguar.
I ran into a border patrol agent, and they said they had a metallic jaguar for. It was 2 springs ago, but I think it ended up getting killed in Chihuahua.
A metallic one.
Yeah, like the black.
Like-
Oh, melanistic.
Well, like a melanistic.
Yeah, there you go. I'm illiterate,
Close enough.
so yeah. yeah.
Dyslexia.
Illiterate means you can't read. I'm not sure what can't say the words.
Yeah, same
What
thing.
that is.
Totally works. I
It's
don't
just
read.
Jared.
Yep.
It's just Jared.
Hey,
right.
I just need to go to school.
No.
I got a melanistic raccoon.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
That's my coolest thing. Yeah. It's still in my freezer, and I had sent it to the taxidermist, and then he had it for like 2.5 years, and I'm like, dude, like, what's going on? They're like, oh yeah, our small game guy like had family, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I can't,
thanks for
like, I
telling me.
just can't. Yeah. So thankfully he gave it back and refunded me. So now it's sitting in my freezer, and I want to get it out to Virginia, to the Leica hunter, the guy, I'm blanking on his name. The Russian guy that hunts with Leicas out on the East Coast.
Huh.
Have you guys heard of him? Leica Power on Instagram.
No.
It's really cool. They're like a Russian Spitz type dog. And Alex Kurashev. He's Leica_power on Instagram.
So it's like a dog, like a breed
Yeah.
of dog?
It's a breed
Yeah.
of dog. Yeah, it's a breed of
Oh.
dog. They kind of look like a fluffy coyote. But they're a Spitz type of breed, Spitz group of dogs, and they so he hikes all over the mountains out there. They don't cold trail like hounds do, and they'll run hot tracks, and they'll tree bear, just like our hounds will and everything. And he's doing a really cool job and a really great job with those dogs. It's kind of neat to see
What else do they run?
people
with them?
hunting with other breeds. He's killed bobcats with them, raccoons, possum, bear. I don't think he's traveled to the West Coast or west of Wisconsin yet, or Wisconsin, United States. But they're gamey dogs. They're fur. They're meat dogs. And this I'll eat a couple raccoons a year. This guy will eat what he hunts. Like raccoons, possum, like everything.
I don't think I could eat a raccoon.
Really? It's a
Yeah.
mind over matter thing. Like I won't eat a city raccoon. Like I won't eat the like
Trash
trash
pandas.
can. Trash pandas, but like these guys out here that are, acorns and corn and whatever else, I've made 2 different recipes and I liked both of them.
Got to try it.
Maybe.
I'll bottle some and I'll come out and hunt and make you some tacos out of it, like I do Jared.
Coon taco.
Hey, these last hound trials. I hope she's not listening, but my daughter's girlfriend went with us and I made some elk from 2012. Had some, I told her it was this like beef that I had from not too long ago. They all liked it. No one died.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
died.
what matters.
God, I love and that bottled meat, canned, whatever I call it, bottled. But that canned meat, the longer it sets, the better the flavor, and it's just tender and makes great tacos, tamales.
You know what? Because coon can taste like barbecue pork when you like make it in a crock pot, like barbecue pork. I bet it would make really good carnitas. Like,
oh yeah,
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just made some really good tamales out of elk. I just got me that spike elk. So that's the first thing I did. Cut a roast and put it in the
50-year-old raccoon tacos. I should can some raccoon and put it away for when I'm like old and feeble. Oh, remember the back in the day when I used to
learn how to
hunt?
can meat this fall if we get any deer or elk.
Oh, it's simple. Throw it in there. I've been putting flavors in it, like a clove of garlic or slap your mama, that Cajun stuff, But
Stefan Blackbeard Kennel says, "Didn't you cut the podcast short last week because you were stomach sick?"
That wasn't from that. I was stomach sick. I lost 8 pounds. I lost 8 pounds. I got home, weighed myself Friday morning, and I lost 8 pounds.
You know what? Pass me that bug. I will go through like the brutality of getting stomach sick if I can lose 8 pounds.
That's what Brett said. Maybe I need to get what you got.
Yeah.
Lose a few.
It wasn't bad. It just, you couldn't go far from a bathroom. I'll tell you that. My cousin, it was out of the whole family. We had a birthday party. And if it was anything, it was those stupid cheddar hot dogs I got from Walmart or something.
I
didn't go in the water.
I know people that got sick from cake.
Whoa.
Maybe the salmonella, the eggs.
Yeah.
But I don't wash my pans. I don't like
coyote gut.
Yeah, ask
hot
Jared.
green chili overcomes a lot of sketchy.
Oh, absolutely.
Hot green chili overcomes a lot of sketchy food. That's like a New Mexico thing to say, I feel like.
Yeah. But I love cooking, and I just cook whatever I got, no matter how old it is. But I'm trying to burn through all my 2000. I burned through all my 2000 to 2010. I'm working on I think I'm up to 2012 meat.
So now, okay. Jesus. So we're 12 years now behind.
Yeah. But my stew,
I
had to reorganize my old stew is good, really flavored. So
I had to reorganize my chest freezer so I could get some more bones in there for the dogs. And I was going through it and then I remembered, or I was going through and saw this big bag with like odd things like poking out. And I was like, oh yeah, like I still have a whole raccoon in there that's cleaned and skinned and deheaded and like ready to get cooked. I'm like, maybe I should
crock pot of the pit.
Yeah. I'm kind of debating just putting it in my big Nesco roaster and just doing it for the dogs.
Are there any glands or anything on those things that you have to pull out? Because
there's 15 glands. About it,
and they said there's some glands like you right when you first 15. Skin them, you cut something out of the hind legs or something inside the ham.
Yep, they're like in the groin, like they're lymph nodes. So where our lymph nodes would be pretty much are where they are on the raccoon.
I see, yeah.
If I'm cooking it for the dogs, I don't do anything.
So do you cut them out
for me,
after?
I'll try and find them.
Like before you cook it, you'll cut them out, or as you skin it?
When I'm cleaning them. So when I skin a coon just for like using the fur, I don't open it up at all. I'll case skin it, just like people would like a coyote. But if I'll skin it first like that, and then for cleaning, gut it, cut the head off. If other people are going to be using the raccoon, you leave a paw on so they know that it's not a cat. That's kind of like a thing here when you send it down to the city. But so I'll cut all the feet off and remove the glands while it's, right after I am done gutting it and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I used to do with hogs too. Whenever I was hog hunting, is if it was one that I was gonna eat, I would get it skinned out, and then I'd cut the glands out of the hind legs and the armpits, and it turned out like you get a big old stinky boar, and as long as you got them cooled off quick and you got those glands cut out, it'd be good table food. Like you can make steaks out of it. But I've never dealt with.
No, it's like a boar.
Yeah, hogs, boar hogs.
Hogs, yeah.
So a female coon, is a female coon different? You have to cut as many out? Oh.
No. I mean, the male coons have their like wiener bone, their baculum, but that'll
eat the crock pot.
That doesn't go in the crock pot. Those baculums right now are saved in a wine glass, like a stemless wine glass, right by my sink, in the windowsill. I just have a wine glass of coon dicks.
Keeping peckerwoods around.
That's what she stirs the coffee with.
It's about the most amount of peckers I'm getting at the moment. So
Benny, and don't want anybody getting close to his groin glands.
But females aren't any different as far as like taste or like glands. If you do want to eat a coon, you're probably going to choose a smaller coon. You don't want like a 20 or 25 pound coon or anything bigger than that. You're probably going to stick to more of like the 12 to 14 pound before you even skin them.
That's how I like my bucks. I like them forked horns. I don't want them big old.
I just killed that spike out, and I don't care. And that's just because it was opportunistic. And August, it's cow only. So I think I might go out this weekend with my wife because she has a tag, but I think we're going to hammer them in August, get all the cows. Because I got a bunch of people that my whole family, like we just buy tags as we use them. So I'll kill one, my wife kill one, then my daughter go get a tag, her girlfriend get a tag, and we'll just keep filling the freezer. But I like bottling. I love bottling meat. I either bottle meat or make stew out of it and bottle it.
Funny when you say bottling, it just sounds like a witch's brew.
Canned. I don't know why I call it bottled meat, but
because it's a jar.
Canned meat. Yeah. But I tell you what, there's nothing better than that canned meat. The older
canned venison is delicious. It is delicious.
I've never had it.
I have actually. I've never killed a deer. The only thing that I've not hunted my whole life. I got into it later in life. I don't have the patience to like sit and deer hunt like you do in Wisconsin. You just have to sit there. Like you can't. So maybe I'd like spot and stalk more out west. But I've only killed raccoon and I will give opossums a chance on my farm. But if you start to like attack me or you're like harassing the dogs, like you get shot.
My wife wants what's a possum. She wants a possum so bad.
I think I showed her.
I think he was holding a possum up. Were you holding one up there?
Yeah. Did you show her that picture?
She just thinks it's so cute. It's so cute.
They're my favorite animal. They're my absolute favorite animal. I don't know why. I absolutely love them. But I was at like a festival 2 weekends ago, and this guy had a pet opossum and brought it, and I'm like, oh my god, can I hold it? Can I pet it? And I don't think it would work out so well as if I had an opossum as a pet here.
I've always
Jared,
wanted
I swear, I when I was down hunting with Jared, I swear I seen a dead possum. It was just part of a carcass, but the tail looked like one. It looked like a pack rat. Remember that?
The skeeters are up.
I do.
I swear it was a possum down there in South Arizona.
They found a
should've-
possum in the rink. They found a dead possum on the side of the road in the Rincons this spring.
Huh.
So maybe that, or was it just a? Because it was super. Well, it wasn't that old though, was it?
No, it wasn't that old. It just looked like it'd been eaten.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could have been a chula or one of a monkey, cotamundai.
It was too small, and it was a gray color. It looked just like the possum. It had that possum tail.
Yeah, that was,
There's really nothing else that has that tail besides
Maybe
an
it climbed
armadillo.
up into a semi or something from, California. 'Cause there's
Wisconsin?
a ton of them.
Is
We
there
got a ton of
possums
them
in
out
California?
Yeah.
Really?
We have
Opossums.
opossums, but there's like pretty much like a
Why's that?
line where they're not super
been
far
hot out here
north
all
just
day,
because
baby.
of the winters and the snow, and they get frostbite on their hands and their ears because they don't have fur
Oh.
on them, and they don't get super prime thick fur. So there's a lot of them like in southern Wisconsin where I am, southern zone, but people don't really see them up north.
Well.
Yes, baby.
Ah,
No, I
Jared.
just took the kiss.
what's up?
lion season's coming up.
I know I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm going nuts.
Come over here.
Yeah.
Just
When do
I'm-
you start
yeah,
running them?
August.
What's the
August- end of-
temperature like when where do you
110,
what
107, 85 for a
I'm
low.
saying, but what do you not right
Yeah.
now, but like what temperature are you
We're gonna
comfortable
get you.
running your dogs in?
Everything. You just have to.
Everything?
I mean, if it's 110 out and the sun's baking, like you're only gonna get a half hour out of them max. But if it's 85, 90 for a low and the sun's just coming, you could probably have 2 hours.
Okay. With the humidity here, I kind of have set a loose rule with myself is kind of 71, 72 degrees
leave
running in
me?
the bare woods.
Okay.
I will
Well, I'm
start
almost
trying to look to catch my dogs up.
Mommy did
And
on her phone
if the humidity
choose the size of meat.
number
Okay.
added to the temperature number is above
All right.
150, pull your dogs, like catch them up, don't run your dogs.
Oh,
In Arizona,
The humidity is
it
what
could-
kills.
it could be 60 degrees at 5 a.m, and then by 7, it's 90 degrees.
the hottest
Yeah.
I caught a lion last year was 98.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh,
That was
that's impressive.
That was the first week of August. And that was actually, we hit that track at 7:30 in the morning, and the dogs had it treed at 10:30.
Wow.
And
Good
it's
for you
My
crazy.
guys.
dog was having a rough time last night on the tree after she had been running coon. It was probably 70 degrees and 70% humidity, 60%
Yeah, that
humidity.
humidity. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have that humidity.
No.
So when I'm planning well and I know it's going to be a warmer day, I'll use that dogs are hydrated from Dogs Are Treed to just give them that extra edge to it. They say it's scientifically proven, like the glycerol, what it is, that it helps a dog run like 1 to 2 degrees cooler. And if
Mhm.
that gives my dogs like a little bit of edge or like, prevents them from actually heat stroking, should like I not be able to get them caught up, like I'd rather have that insurance because I did have a 10-month-old dog go into heat stress, like heat stroke, bunch of years ago, and she was susceptible to the heat ever since then. And I just had to keep a close eye on her and make sure that, I pulled her if it was getting too warm.
Yeah, once they get that heat stroking out, heat stress, they kind of do it a lot after that.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
them. I've
never lost a dog to that or had it, but I kind of watch it. Down here, well, up north, it's a little bit cooler, but down in the desert,
round up there.
Oh, baby.
yeah. Down in the desert, it could be real cold at
Come back
night
in the house.
and then blazing hot. You have to wear a hoodie at night and
Yeah.
shift off by 9 o'clock down here.
Yeah.
So
That's like when
Go
I
on.
hunted in Rowdy's country. I mean, the highs were 103, 104. but the lows were 55, 59.
Yeah.
Then you can start at 3 a.m. and be done by 8, 9 o'clock.
Well, the good thing
There's-
about Nevada, you can run all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
I've
had
just-
any luck with the all night. I'd have to wait till 3 a.m. And just
I
never
was
touch.
I was checking the temperatures. It was 100, like say 100 degrees down in the valley, and then I was up high. It was at like 9,000 foot. The temperature was like 85 degrees. So that was pretty nice. I might that was up on the ridge, So I might hunt that. Start doing that, going way up on the ridges. Try to be there at daylight, kind of thing, and walk the ridges. That way, if I don't cut a track in the bottom, I'm going to be up on the ridge and hopefully cut a track on the ridge before it gets too hot and have
Well,
better
That's a
chances.
smart thing to carry hydration bags with you. I think there's probably a lot of houndsmen that might want to think about doing that might not be sure where they can get to water with their hounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not personally, but I know enough dogs that have died of heat stroke that was probably preventable.
I'm
Yeah.
fat. I'm
Either-
fat, old, and lazy, and I get hot, so I don't run my dogs inside.
Same. I guess maybe that's where I draw the line is when I get uncomfortable.
But we're getting to that time of year in Arizona where here lately the mornings have been decent, but we're getting to that time where it's going to start tricking you, where it cools down a little bit, and then we'll have that 2-week blast of 115 weather,
summer.
and then you'll hit winter.
But,
so.
I
the
can't
nice
wait
part
for
about
October.
southern Arizona is I'm usually within water about a mile.
Well, you have some elevation there too. It's not just desert down there. You got that elevation.
And if we have a good monsoon, there's water everywhere. I don't have to worry about it. Like this last spring though, we didn't have, or last summer, we got 2 monsoon rains all spring or all summer. And there wasn't water anywhere besides the stock tanks, and ranchers were having to haul water. But even then, there's so many water troughs. I mean, you saw it when you were over there.
Oh yeah.
Freaking everywhere for those cows.
Yep. For the cows, for the illegals.
Yep. Yeah, the blue ones.
The sun is down here, and my patrol dog is starting to do her rounds. She's my oldest and my best coon dog, and she's been laying here the whole time until it got dark, and now she's making her rounds. She'll kill woodchucks and like all the stuff around the farm.
There you go.
She'll keep it safe.
I wish my dogs would kill the damn pack rats.
Oh, that'd be nice. You need a little terrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a Chihuahua.
I've got 2 terriers that you can have. Like, just take them.
Bring him down in August. Go bear.
How's your border collie cross dog doing, Chris?
She's up. So she hasn't been with me for a couple weeks because it's hot down here, and she is a babe. She's a babe. And when I'm like, I took her to work with me every day. So if I had to stop somewhere, I'd have to leave my car running, and I didn't. And I just drive my little car around here. And me and my brother went to eat, and we went in, and I left her in the car, and it ran for, I don't know, an hour and a half. And he kept looking. I'm like, what are you doing? He says, I wouldn't trust none of my cars not to overheat out there, My little Corolla, it's just an old 05 Corolla that does freeze you out. But yeah, it just got too hot. I mean, she'd get out of the car, run to my office, get out of the car, run to my trailer, So I took her up there. So she's just running loose right now. She's doing good though, but she didn't get chased no cats. I brought her down here the last time, and she just chased cats all night long because she can get in and out of my trailer. So I'd hear her at 1 a.m. with a cat treed somewhere in a tree. So
yeah, we just got a bunch of 4 house cats, not house cats, but
barn cats.
The mice around my place has been straight ridiculous. It's been the worst I've ever seen of anywhere I've ever lived. I think we've killed like 30 to 40 in the house since the snow went away this year. And the wife started putting a 5-gallon bucket with the water bottle and peanut butter, and she got like 10 the first week.
It's hard to get them down. It's hard to get them down. Every time I caught a bull snake, I'd let him go under my shop. I know
Yeah.
that's where they are. So,
I notice when I have dogs in my house living with me, my mouse problem isn't as bad. And it's
Really?
not because
I didn't
they
think about
kill
that.
them. It's just they keep them away or at
Oh.
bay.
I have-
And maybe, I don't know.
I have 2
We've
cats
been
in my
letting our
house.
wiener dog back in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help.
My wife has 2 cats in the house, and the one's an old cat she got from the pound. It has a bunch of names: Fatty, Fat Cat, Fart, whatever we call it. I don't even know what his real name is, but he'll kill mice. And then I just got a young one that was born under my dad's house, and he was crazy wild. Like, I had to put him in a box to take him home. And
That's these cats. The
Oh,
kids
yeah.
are getting them mellowed out, but the female, she's gone. She got out, and
every time I trap a cat and bring it up there, 'cause I've had some mean cats. I'm talking, I put gloves on, welding gloves, and I got this cat out of the trap, put it in another cage, and it bit through my glove, and then it grabbed my leg, bit my knee. I still got a scar on my knee. I sucker lucky didn't break his neck. But I take him and dump him in my shop, and I'll feed him in my shop for a week. And then, but I think the coyotes get them more than anything.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen them. I've dumped a lot of cats, and I should have cats running all over the place, but I don't know where they go. Maybe someone
Yeah.
starts feeding them.
my
neighbor
if I
used
have any
to
more
have, like-
litters of pups, I'm hoping to do what you're doing, just run them loose around the
Oh,
property.
it's so great. It's so great to let them just chase them cats. My dad,
Yeah.
between the neighbors and them going under his house, there's cats everywhere. I mean, I just
Yeah.
say, and they'll go find a cat. You know, I got videos. If you go to my TikTok, I got videos of cats in the shed, or she has cats treed, cats inside of a truck, like the engine bay.
Oh
I
yeah.
hear her over there, and she has the worst bark, that, you know, the border collie bark. And she's annoying. So I'll go look, and she'll have a cat. She'll be trying to get in the engine, you know, trying to
As long
get
as
that
she ain't
cat.
pulling
So
wires, chewing fuel lines.
that she hasn't done that. She hasn't done that. So thank God. She's not she chewed some stuff up before, just in my back seat, but she'll be good. I'm gonna get her on some bear, and I've had her on some squirrels. So I'm gonna get her on some bear, and I just let her do whatever. So she's been on lion. She's been on that lion with Jared. I let her play that lion, and she wanted to eat it. So we're good.
Well,
to
that's
go.
good. Heck yeah.
But, yep. Well, 2 hours. It's getting dark over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her studio's better than our studios, though. Outside.
Outdoors.
Probably cooler than
I
where
had to put-
Rowdy is.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I had bug spray on though, because the skeeters here in Wisconsin, it's been raining so much. Last year we couldn't even buy rain, and this year it's bad. So the skeeters are bad. So now I had to put bug spray on. So that means then I got to shower now before bed.
Isn't back east getting hit? Texas and all them with a lot of rain?
I don't know.
I don't know
I've
either.
seen my friend in Texas. It's been raining quite a bit. I think more than normal.
Man, I wish they'd rain here.
Yeah, I
All
can't.
right,
I
Tim,
can't send the rain
I'll get a hold of Chris
backwards.
and get it.
So, Louisiana's getting a lot of rain. He's coming out to the rendezvous. So said he's building a special dog box that I will approve of.
What's you guys having a rendezvous?
Yeah, me and Brett were just kind of poking around about it, and then some lady said, I have a place, and then we said, oh, and then gave it a date, and I guess now we're having one.
Okay.
So we were just like gonna go drop a pin and everybody show up, and now we got these people cooking a dinner. So I gotta get
Real
mine. As a
shindig.
matter of fact,
Hey, don't
Yeah,
forget about
Arizona?
the ticket.
about the what?
The tickets for the dinner.
Yeah. So you can get on pickandshoveloutfitters.com and buy the tickets for the dinner. And that's probably going to end here in the next couple of weeks. So I did start a website for it.
Is it during bear hunting season?
This is why the locals are kind of
Can I-
mad at me. And I didn't mean it to do this.
Can I make?
but
No, I'm gonna. No, I was saying like, can I make it a twofer?
Oh no, the day we're having it, that weekend, that Friday, bear and lion starting that unit.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot.
Yeah. So some of the locals are probably a little mad at me, but I didn't really plan it. Jared, are you trying to come?
I probably will.
Hey,
I planned
Jared
on
went
it.
fishing. Jared was supposed to give us a fishing report.
Oh yeah, he had some
That's right.
sweet pictures.
I seen that.
If you like sweating like you've never have before when it's 96 and 85% humidity and you want to catch sailfish, it's amazing.
That humidity gets Arizonans, Nevadians.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
it sucked. It wasn't it yeah, it sucked. The heat wasn't bad, you're constantly wet. That
That's
part sucked.
miserable.
Yeah.
Sunny top,
But
yeah.
freaking I'd move to Mexico in a heartbeat. Easily.
Man, if I could get down there and not have nothing to worry about and buy me a piece of property and hunt those mountains, and
We walked
great.
around town. We weren't put up in a resort, nothing, just normal hotel. Walked around town, went to all the bars, cantinas, stayed out till midnight. If you want trouble, I guarantee you could probably find it, but where we were at was probably safer than Tucson or Phoenix.
I'll
nice.
tell you a story about Benson. Me and my cousin were down. We went down to Benson, Douglas over there. He's on the board. We said, well, let's just run across there. And we ran across there, just kind of hanging out. And we went to this little shop. Well, there's these real pretty Mexican girls in there. And then kind of flirted with them. And then all of a sudden, these dudes show up, and they didn't like us. So we had to kind of hightail it out of town.
Yeah.
Like walk backwards through the port or the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think we are going to make it out. That's all I'll say about that. We made it out, but it wasn't easy.
No. Dude, it was so fun down
don't
there.
flirt with Mexican girls in Mexico on the border.
No.
So,
But
I won't
was-
have that problem, but yeah, I guess you guys.
yeah,
See, I can
I
speak
love
Spanish
Mexico.
there you go. It's all matter. You have to in Arizona.
Yeah. Just you don't have to do all Spanglish will pass.
Yeah.
What's funny is that my job, they all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was there for a month or two, and they were talking in Spanish. And I said, yeah, we need to do that or whatever. But I just talk in English. And the one guy like looks at me and says, you know Spanish? I said, no. And I walked off. So now they watch what they say around me.
Yeah.
So if you know it, don't let them know you know it. That's all I gotta say. So just let
Benny,
them,
I don't think
let 'em talk.
I don't think cheese curds ship well. So you're just gonna have to come to Wisconsin and get them.
For cheese.
He asked me to ship ship cheese curds. Cheese curds are another thing we're quite famous for.
Put them in an ice chest and come out to the rendezvous. It's August 24th. You can hunt some bear and lion.
Yeah.
There you
I
What is a
could.
bear tag over the? What is a bear tag? $300, $150. It ain't that much, is it, Jared? For bear or lion?
It's 150. No, it's 160 for a non-resident because you have to buy the hunt fish combo no matter what. Lion 75 for a non-resident, and bear I think is 150, if not 300.
Yeah, so it costs you like $300. Well,
Yeah,
to
and then
hunt here.
$1,000 in gas there and back.
Yeah. Buy electric car.
After I
You got a
just
trailer,
spent-
so you're saving money on hotel.
That is
well,
true.
yeah.
Of course,
yeah, but I,
Of course, that trailer takes you from 15 miles a gallon to about 8 miles a gallon.
Yeah. Doubles the
So-
cost.
you're not
of fuel.
wrong. I was
I
getting
know.
about
I got a Tundra.
9 or 10 miles a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Woof.
Going.
Plan it on a day when the wind's gonna be pushing you, not slowing
Right.
you down.
Well, when I was driving out to Idaho, the winds were so bad in southern Minnesota and South
Do not
Dakota
put
that
them
I was getting 6.
Oh, that's horrible.
Jeremy's calling you out, Lauren. 20-hour drive.
20 hours.
Yep.
Yeah. Google that. There must be an animal out. The dogs are going wild. Piper's going on patrol.
I can't even hear him.
You can't, probably because of this mic. Yeah, they're going crazy.
Oh, I can
If
hear
she
him now.
catches it, she catches it. It's like Google it from like West Bend, Wisconsin to wherever this rendezvous is, and it's probably longer than 20 hours.
Think so? Let's see. Let's go to maps.
Guarantee
Well,
it's like
my battery's
27,
about dead
27.
here, and
Yeah, I figured. I seen you turn your phone sideways. Thanks for coming on.
yep. Good seeing you
So,
guys. Thanks for
we
the
didn't-
invite.
I don't think we really talked about lion versus bear, but we talked about everything else.
Yep.
Jared texted me and
Everybody
says,
knows
"Is
lions
that what
better."
we're talking about?" I
Yeah,
said,
it
"Well,
does.
that's what the title says, but I doubt we will." All right,
Everybody
Rowdy, thanks
knows
for coming
Lions
on.
King. Yep. See you guys.
Later.
ya.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
You too.
You don't know him yet.
Yeah.
I lived in the same town with Rowdy for, I don't know, 5-6 years, and I never talked to him when I lived there.
Lauren, get on 54 and send it. There you go. That's what Benny
Get on
Griffin
54. That'll take me all the way.
said.
Oh shoot. She just made her rounds, my dog.
Well, Lauren, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
I
Thanks
told
for
you,
having me.
time passes quick.
It does.
So we'll get you on
I
again.
hope I didn't offend anyone.
I think we offend
Maybe-
somebody every time we get on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, I'm a little bit
All right.
nicer here than I am on TikTok. Hopefully.
I know. So far.
Yeah. So far. We'll see
Alrighty.
how it goes.
Well,
you
we'll
guys
get
have
you
a
on
good
again.
evening.
All righty.
Thank you.
Later.
Definitely.
See ya.
Bye.
Jared,
Just me and you now, I guess.
just me and you.
Yeah.
I can't wait till winter. I'm waiting for winter. I want to get down by you again. Man, I've been trying to get that guy. You know, it's his dad died. It's his dad's property and family. You got to buy him out, blah, blah, blah. But what a nice place to have down there just to go set up some barrels.
God, it would be nice.
You'd probably have to clean out all the rattlesnakes when you get there, but
And then
that you did you see that big silo up on top of the hill?
Yeah, on the hillside there.
I want to grab that silo from the rancher. It's just laying sideways. And
Mhm.
I'd love to bury it. There's a spot there. I already got it all picked out. I'd love to bury it in there and put the door towards where you don't see the door. It just looks like a silo there. And then go in there and put a couple levels up there just for beds. I think I could get 2 levels. It's that tall. And then you have like your little living quarters in the bottom, a little stove on it, but make it look like a silo where no one knows what it is. And then just put a big door on it, lock it up. And how great would that be?
That would be amazing. Better than me sleeping in my tent, my wall, not even my wall tent, my ice fishing tent.
Oh, it'd just be nice. You know, put a combo lock on it and whoever goes, goes.
Yep.
So I'm working on it.
There you go.
So, and I want to get down south this winter, get down there. I got a bunch of pups I got to get going. Man, they've been sitting for 2 months, and this job was supposed to end in May. I should have already been out just running dogs. Probably what I'll do this weekend. I think I'm done on the 1st, but I wasn't supposed to be done. I was supposed to be done. The owner didn't want me there because I made him real mad. And then I wasn't there Friday, and he calls the project manager yelling at him because I wasn't there. And he's like, "You said you wanted him off the job." No. I'm just an asshole sometimes to him. That's just who I am. I'm all, yeah, but I'm a bigger one. So it's just like clashing, you know?
Yeah.
But he's all right now. Oh, yeah, I want to alligator. I want to go alligator hunting. You and me ought to jump in a truck and just head over to Jeremy's and go kill some alligators.
That sounds amazing. You know, me and my wife were going to do that for our honeymoon.
I don't think I could get my wife to go kill alligators in a swamp. I think she'd draw the line at that. I think if I went and found a hotel and threw in a hotel with no kids, she could veg out, I can go do whatever I want. So
freaking no. My wife, that's on her to-do list still is go kill alligators.
it won't be legal. Is anything I do legal half time? I won't be in Arizona. So yeah, I just gotta watch. I gotta watch my son now.
You didn't talk about Wade Lemon.
About what?
Wade Lemon. He got busted in Utah again.
Wade Lemon did?
Yeah.
Like recently?
Yeah, he's sick. He's $10,500 fine and 6 months in prison.
What'd he do?
Canned hunts.
Like recently?
Yeah.
No shit. I didn't even know they still did that.
Yeah, he got busted with 2 canned lion hunts.
Man, I'm gonna have to look that up. I wish you would have texted me that. Well, that might be a next week conversation. We'll do an outlaw thing.
Well, you know, When you're 100%, it's hard to stay 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Need to get on game. I would have put them on a ton of bears for you. Yeah, I should have sent some dogs up to Tim.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yep.
But
I need to get up there too.
Yeah.
I might be able to do all this because I got a piece of property somewhere and they're doing this big deal there. So I might be able to sell this property for a huge chunk of change because I'm right next door and it's zoned industrial. And I had an investor try to buy it. I was asking like $100,000 for it. It's nothing. I was just going to dump it.
Yeah.
Well, he said, I'll give you 5,000 due diligence, 6 months, 80,000. I said, nah, you just give me a, we'll talk about this here in a second, Troy. I'll give you 80,000. I said, I want 100 or nothing. And he kept trying and trying and trying. And then of course, 6 months later, this pops up. My cousin sent it to me, what they're doing. So
there you go.
What's a can hunt?
It's when a lion hunter goes out, catches a lion, and waits.
The old days, they would rope them, drug them up a little bit.
Well, they'd rope and tie them and put them in a dog kennel.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd let them go in a canyon.
Or 55-gallon barrel.
Yeah, and they go let them go in a canyon and be like, hey, we see this Tom in here all the time. And then, oh my God, what's the luck? He's right here. You know, and but the one I read was the guy had a lion treed, made a phone call. The guy flew in, landed in Salt Lake. They picked him up in Salt Lake. He drove out to the mountain and shot it, and that's how it went down.
Was it undercover that? Or
No,
they had to have been watching him. They've been watching him a while.
Well, he got busted trespassing bears out of units, hunting bears out of units. He got caught baiting for Donald Trump Jr. Like I tell, like he's a hell, but like people knock him down for being low down and stuff, and I get it. It's pretty. It is cheating, but there's a reason people say they run Wade Lemon dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
because he has them on game, no matter tied up or not.
Yeah, I mean, well, even to tie up game, you got to catch it first.
Yep. Yeah.
And
you know what? You got to be a bad mother effer to go catching them lions and throwing them in a box,
and tying them up. The Lee Boys did it one time. He talks about it in his documentary. The guy wrote an article about it. My lion was caught before I got off the train.
Yep.
But back then it was acceptable. Nowadays it's not. And how the Lee Boys explained it is like you take a guy from back east and put him on a mule in Arizona and southern Arizona and see how he does for a day. It sucks.
You're lucky to get 3 days out of them. Lucky.
Oh yeah. If they've never had their ass in a saddle, a full 8-10 hour day in a saddle behind dogs, they'd rather be hiking.
Yep. And then that's only going to last another day.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to tie up a lion. They'll take a tied up lion.
Yeah. Yep.
No matter how big, no matter how small, no matter female, it don't matter. They just want to. They're there to get something and go home.
Yep. They just want to be done.
So. Wow. I wonder if they're going to pull his license for a while.
I think he lost public ground use for a while. Him and the guide.
All his dog collars will have a different name on it now for a while.
Oh yeah.
He'll still be hunting.
Oh yeah.
He'll be the cameraman.
Well, he's in prison for 6 months.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's crazy that they actually put him in jail.
Yeah. That is wild. I didn't think because shit. When what's his face down here shot that jaguar, he didn't do any jail time.
No.
Well, he never did jail time.
No, just gave it. No, they didn't bust him for that. It wasn't illegal to shoot it then. They busted
Oh,
them for like sheep hunting on somewhere, poaching a sheep or something. Yeah, there's a whole nother story. They couldn't get him on that. They did take they took his Jaguar, but
Yeah.
I think when was that, 86?
Yeah.
So there was no law saying you couldn't do it.
Okay. And then didn't they catch him like taking game animals across state lines or something too?
They probably got him for a little bit of stuff. You know, when they can't get you for one thing, they'll get you for another.
Oh yeah.
So same thing with that guy. Good guy. I met that guy. I'm gonna go gold mining with that guy. Great guy. John? No,
Oh, John Plump.
Mm-hmm. Love that guy. Once it cools off, I'm gonna go do some gold mining with him.
And God, what's his Dos Cabezas?
Yeah, look, that's Benny's buddy. Clump was in and out of jail for 7 years.
Oh, I guess there's the answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like old John. His whole family is a great family. I'm not saying they're not rough, tough outlaws, but I tell you what, I thought my kids were tough until I met his kids. I wouldn't let them fight them kids. My kids get their ass whipped by them kids. 4-year-olds getting on horses, running up canyons, grabbing stuff in the dark. So
that's wild.
Oh man, it's been a fortune fighting for his freedom. Well,
I bet. Well, now you got something to read for a week.
Yeah, maybe I'll.
It just happened. It just came out last night. Is when I saw the first article.
Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Outlaws of Arizona.
There you
Utah,
go.
Colorado.
Nevada.
Where'd they get them at? Where'd they?
I don't remember. It was some mountain range. I think it was on BLM.
In Nevada?
Wait.
Yeah.
No, Utah. But man, I don't know. Crazy. Well, the way they treat lions now in Utah, maybe he thought he could get away with it.
Yeah, here, go whack them, just like prairie dogs.
You can trap them. You can trap them now.
I wonder if they're. Well, they got them for it. It has to be some sort of law against doing that.
Yeah.
Unless there was some little smidgen of something, they didn't get them on just that. They got them on other things.
Yeah, that could be it.
Well, and what it is they say, well, you can't. You can do this. You can rope a lion and let them go, but you can't mistreat them. And they got a picture of them punching the lion or something. There's always that. There's always that loophole on both sides, good or bad.
Yep.
So, I'll do my homework. Next week we'll talk about outlaws.
There you go.
So
perfect.
Well, thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Lauren, she just kept going. She's full of.
She's got that Midwestern. I grew up in South Dakota, so once you get a Midwesterner going, they don't really stay quiet too long. It's like talking to my grandpa.
Yep. So.
Yep.
And I'll be down there this winter.
Good.
Hopefully. Try to get that property so we have a lion camp.
Heck yeah.
At least tell them I'll lease it from them for the year.
Right.
So we can. He probably let us go stay down there anyways, but there's no road into it. I'll have to take a little excavator down there. Build the road.
We could figure something out there. We can
steal one from your job. I know your work has something laying around.
Well, shit. The Border Patrol leaves that blade there. I got a cat key.
Oh, so do I. We'll go make a road into it.
Yeah.
All right, Jared. I appreciate you coming on.
Yep. We'll talk to you later, man.
Sounds good.
See ya.
There you have it, guys. We didn't talk about what I put. We were just going to talk about too much, but we talked about everything else. Hound Rendezvous is August 24th. With that Saturday, it's when everything's happening. I don't know if you can show up Friday. I got to call the lady. I was trying to get in there where we can get in Friday, but I might camp out close Friday. It's all forestry, so if you want to camp out close, and then we'll just go get our spot Saturday morning. Pick and shovel. I got it right here. Instead of trying to tell you, where's it at? pickandshoveloutfitters.com. You can order your tri-tip dinner. So, pickandshoveloutfitters.com if you want to eat some steak dinner. You don't have to, but it's supposed to be live music. Hopefully they're getting a band together. Just going to go hang out. I got my ledged up bottle of whiskey. I might give everybody a shot of. Why not? What else? Save the Hunt, Colorado. Go donate money. Go donate money. Unless you're smart enough to go to the Capitol and talk for everybody and spend your own money. If not, donate your money, because I'm not smart enough to do that crap. So I am starting another website. It looks like a comma. It's not supposed to be azhhr.com. That's going to be for the Hound Rendezvous for the rest of the years we do it, if it keeps going. So it'll be at Reynolds Campgrounds, August 24th, 25th. That's near Young, Arizona. We'll have to get a pin. I'm going to get the website going and try to get a pin. Other than that, appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you, Missy. You're here every week. Sorry, last week I had to cut it short, and it wasn't because of my bottled meat. That's old. So, Tim Brink, one of these days I'm going to get up there. Louisiana hunting. One of these days I'm going to get out there. Other than that, you guys have a good night, and we will see you next week.